Oh, what the hell? All right, we're live. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Tuesday stream. It's Tuesday? I thought yesterday was Tuesday. Welcome to the Tuesday stream. Today we're going to title New Metal Charizard Break, New Jungle Pack Break, and Cutesy Wootsy Gyarados. How about that? All right, we'll just leave it there for a moment. We can update that title later if we don't like it. Let's ping the Discord server. Let's see. Under feed. We're live for Tuesday morning. I'm going to say Tuesday day. All right. Very good. And we'll jump over here. All right, so that is updated. PayPal, there, your latest sales reports are here. I wonder what it has to say. Let's view our sales. Log it in. Hey, Mr. Well, I made it in a daytime stream. That's right. God, I hate that PayPal's trying to force us to use these keys. It says sales are down. So the sales must have been pretty crazy the previous month, but they're down a little bit. And I kind of felt that, we had like one bad week. I feel like this last week has not been bad, but we had one bad week. Let's see. And I think that that's probably it. What time period is this? Okay, it's over 1 month. So what does this look like over a year if we had sales like this over the whole year? Times 12. That's a lot of sales. That is a lot of sales. All right. Wow. We sell a lot of Pokemon cards. It's crazy because we receive a lot of orders that way, but also we receive orders through Venmo, PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, and ZELLE, direct ZELLE payments as well. So that's quite a few sales. Right. We've been getting sales on eBay, for example. Let me close that. I wish I knew the exact amount we were selling per year. I'm going to get rid of this. It says I paid Google. What did I pay Google? Let's go ahead and open up our stream right here so we can add the link to the website. Hey, what's up, Jonathan Lewandowski? How's it going, man? No, wait a second. We don't want this. Ah, here it is. That's what we want. There we go. And we're gonna pin this. Pin. Welcome, guys. It's me, your favorite guy. That one guy who sits around and opens Pokemon cards. Let's go ahead and refresh the giveaway. Well, let's not mess around with the giveaway bot until we hit 40 likes. All right. And this is paused. This is paused. Good. All right. So that's good. Miss Alexis came in. She did the shipping last night. Shipping has been updated. We're starting almost at 1 p.m. today. I'm not surprised by this shift in time because if we're getting done with the stream at 3 a.m., I'm really not into bed until about 4 a.m., right? That's when I finally get sleepy, 4 a.m. 8 hours from 4 a.m. is like 12 p.m., right? Well, it takes about a half hour to an hour to set up the stream. You got a lot of little things you do in between, like having breakfast. All right, let's grab maybe this. Let's grab this. So our new start time might drift all the way over to 1 p.m. I'll try to keep it at 12 if I can, though. I'm just thinking, how do I get a full night's sleep? Wow. Oh, there we are. Perfect. So last night, the jungle pack went off, the long crimp pack, and now I have a short crimp pack, and we're doing that one next, okay? So we're doing a second pack of jungle. I just think jungle is such a good set right now because of the value in the Pikachu. The Red Cheeks Jungle Pikachu sells for a ridiculous amount. Actually, we should go look up how much it sells for. So we're going to run that one back to back, and then we'll move on to a new pack afterwards. But let's see. Let's say PSA 10 Jungle Pikachu. Puzachu. All right, we want the cheapest one. Meow, 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 meow. So that's Dutch. So the cheapest Pikachu is $480 unlimited. $480. And that is why we are highly interested in jungle packs right now. Because how can just the one card graded 10 cost the whole value of the pack? How can that be true? Because while you're pulling Pikachu, you might pull Cubone, you might pull Jigglypuff, you might pull something else that's cute that comes out of jungle, and then you still have a chance for the pack to be heavy. If it's heavy, it's going to be insane. Like even one heavy jungle pack popping up would be insane. But also, if it's a light pack, you can still get value out of the rares, right? So it just seems like it's an unusually high value proposition right now. It's cheaper than the rocket packs. So I like that one right now. This guy's been rotating forever. You gotta get rid of that guy. All right, let's get this chat. What's up, broski? Still breathing and can't complain. I just got back from work. You plan on doing light streams on the regular now. 12 is one for me. Ooh, what popped out of it? My favorite streamer is Chloe because she is female. Show tits! That's a 480 on a common card. 10, that's $480 on a mere common card. And we're seeing that a lot with old vintage sets. So we're seeing that the commons are selling for unbelievable prices. They are desirable to collect. And there's not enough of them. Simple as that. It's just not enough of them. I mean, in fact, it's not surprising that the Pikachu is so expensive because really think about it. A lot of people really can afford $480. So the demand is high. What they can't afford anymore is the Snorlax from Jungle. They can't afford the Flareon, Vaporeon, Jolteon from Jungle. They can't afford those things anymore. So what happens next? They go, okay, well, since I can't afford those, maybe I'll just buy the Pikachu. And then the Pikachu price skyrockets. So that's what happens. The guy can't afford the chase cards out of the jungle set, so I'm going to settle for the nostalgia that I get from the affordable commons. That's how it's working. All right, good. Well, wonder what the 8's going to for now then. How do you get a majority of stock? Do you just buy yourself or have specific suppliers through Nintendo? No one has a supplier through Nintendo. I don't think that's how it works. The distribution companies, I guess you could say, have a supplier through Nintendo. But, I have various ways of stocking my product. I will say this. I do not have direct distribution. So that's just how it is for us. And we hope to fix that someday. We're working on it. We're doing our taxes right now. An important step, actually. Speaking of which, I gotta raise some money for tax season. I haven't paid my taxes yet. I'm putting a big ball of money together. Look at this Dreamlike Oceans. Isn't that nice? So Dreamlike Oceans is here. It's $5 a pack, by the way. That's Final Fantasy Dreamlike Oceans 15th anniversary set. And it's just got some really good cards in it. It's got all the main characters in it. So I think that Final Fantasy set might be pretty popular over time. A lot of good pulls in there. I'm broke and my toes are ugly. If you guys are broke and you still want to participate in some sort of break or something like that, or you see a big slab you want, coordinate a trade with me. You might actually have a lot of Pokemon cards, but not a lot of money. And so you might find a bigger slab that you want to convert your little cards into. Let's say you got 20 cards and they're all worth like, I don't know, like $100 each. And 20 times 100 is like, what is it, 2,000? Yeah, it's 2,000. So you're able to trade those up into a $2,000 slab. So if you ever see something like that, just let me know. We'll work something out. Look at this little trade slab right here, this Gyarados. I predict that people actually buy spots in this. He's such a nice little card. But there's an example where you can trade out. Oh, Miss Alexis just got her. That's nice. All right. She just texted me. So DHL's telling me that it's coming over to my home. Tag grading said they can't grade some cards. That's too bad. New message on let me go ahead and delete that. I have to respond. They're making me some slab protectors. I have to respond to that. All right. Mark J. Valerian's here. He says, for the tag 10, Arvin Mabostiff. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Here it is. Mabostiff. We've still got a great tag return right now that we're going through. And so there will be more cards like this for sale. All right. I'm going to get a job at the Pokemon Printing Center and give Mr. all the hits. Maybe. Maybe. What are you talking about? Let me refresh. So was my idea good? Was my idea good? You told me an idea? I don't even remember what you're talking about. How much to grade with PSA with you? It's pricey. We do $45 per card. We don't do high volume. We just do some. That reminds me, some Chaos Rising cards have been spotted in the wild, especially the Gray Ninja. The Breaks pictures. the breaks pictures. I don't know what you're talking about in terms of break pictures, but last night we had a current breaks channel, and I decided that we would delete that. And what I would do is very similar to what I do with the slabs for sale channel, where I just take a picture of what's on the table. So it's not going to be super accurate. All right, so I'm jumping over here. I'm going to go ahead and grab some of these. Ooh. Here's Gallade. All right. I DM'd you that weeks ago. It's something that either of us could have come up with, and I wouldn't, you know, you might have told me it a couple weeks ago, and I probably didn't think much of it at the time. And last night, I was doing a big reorganization of the actual Discord server, and so I decided to give that a try, but it wasn't inspired by you, is what I'm trying to tell you. Here we are. Here's Gallade. I can't give you credit for something unless you really caused it to happen. It's just the way it is. PSA 10, Gallade. And here's 089. That, in other words, we landed on a similar idea, right? We're going to say buy it now. And this is not expensive. Is this Japanese? Damn, dude, that's cheap. Here we go. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying, last night I was reorganizing the whole Discord server. Go take a look at it, guys. The whole thing's different. And I noticed that we have a breaks channel called Current Breaks, and that it hadn't been posted to for a while. And I said to myself, well, maybe you could just take a picture of what's on the table from time to time. That's what I told myself. So I just reset the channel, and that's what I just did. But I wasn't thinking of somebody's idea. But, you know, again, it's kind of a generic idea in general, right? So it's like anyone could imagine it. So I can't give you credit unless it was true. You know, at the time that you told me, I probably didn't think much of it then either. I was probably just doing my day-to-day, you know. Curly, all right, Curly, So how does the trade slab work again? What I should say is great minds think alike, right, Whipple? So how does the trade slab work again? I trade some of my pulls for a spot in the Gyarados. Yeah, so the trade slab's all about getting rid of cards you don't want in your bag. So you go, I don't want this, I don't want that. And then we exchange that into spots in the Gyarados. It's an exchange rate of $5. So you could give me $5 of EXs you don't want, $5 of holographic cards you don't want, whatever it is you don't like. So, and this is great for both of us because I'll do something with those cards. We got like the junk packs now. We got, you know, we got ways to get rid of them. Maybe I'll just store them for 10 years. See what if I'm still ripping shipping 10 years later, maybe they'll feel different. But whatever I do with them, I'll try to make a profit on them. And then you will be able to get your bag nice and thin and cash out on cards that you wouldn't really want to sell. You know, because if you took those cards home and tried to sell them on like eBay, you got to list every individual card, take a picture of every card, ship each card in a white envelope with a stamp. It's just a lot of work. And it's not really worth your time. I mean, a simple fast food job earns money faster than that. So, wow, the Curly is expensive. So the Gallade's cheap, and it's actually older than the Curlia. And then the Curlia is expensive. It shows you how important it is to have the right Pokemon. Because look, I mean, they're from a similar evolutionary line, and yet Curlia is valuable and Gallade's not. So wild. Can we get a Rats channel? Ah, Rats! I'm going to make a rat burger channel where people show their favorite rat burger. Oh, look at that. Shanks. This is the PSA Magazine promo. Let's see how much this is going for. I want to see. I could really go for a rat burger right now. This is OP09. We're going to say OP09 dash 001. Is that right? 001. I could really go for a rat burger right now. Just a tasty rat burger. Fresh rat burger. Hello, Zamdoogie. Mr. Mean. I don't know, Six. I eat chickens all day. Somebody has a pet chicken out there, don't they? I know they do. I've seen it. People have pet chickens. I'd like one rat burger with fries. One rat burger, please. You got to remember, Six, you only eat the things you love. Okay. So really, it's love. There we go. Just like in relationships, you only hit the people that you love. There we go. Because sometimes they talk back. All right, what's this on the Monkey D. Luffy? Ooh. I love One Piece. That's my favorite character. Monkey D. Luffy. I'm a real collector. Let's see. OP7. I watched the Netflix live action. I love this show. Someone save his wife. Mr. dropping some banger pack breaks recently. Yeah, we got these jungle pack breaks right now. I'm very interested. Oh, what the hell? That's not right, is it? Oh, that's English, though. Is this an expensive card and I didn't know it? Whoa, this might be kind of pricey. Let me check sold. Let me check sold. One rat burger, please. Juicy and delectable. All right, here's the last one of these sold. Oh, but it was in China. Well, it's really hard to get a price on this guy. Oh, here we go. Okay, so here's one. All right, we got one sold for $85, but that was a while ago. That was a couple months ago. I really can't find this card. Let me try typing his name in differently. Luffy, 500 years. Let's try that, okay? Luffy. Oh, here we go. Okay, I found one right now. So 80, 86. 86, huh? We'll do 85. Ours is $1 cheaper. I'll make a car burger. Ew! Vroom, 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 vroom. I think that's going to make you sick. You can't eat car burgers. Car burgers are going to make you sick. What'll happen to your intestines? Here's Squirtle. Here's... Mister, you want to be my realtor so I can just let you do all the paperwork for me? I have a house already interested in. Let's work for you. No, I hate paperwork. Paperwork sucks. That's why realtors have jobs. Ew, 6, that's so gross. I can't believe you would eat a car burger. Gosh, that's so yucky. All right, we'll put this here. And now let's go ahead and take a picture of all these slabs. All right, so we're going to grab this. And we're going to head right over to the All Slabs channel. Oh, man, I think I might have had too much caffeine. I can feel my body racing. There we are. All right. I can feel my body racing. You ever had too much caffeine and you're like, ugh. This goes over here. And we got Eevee and Chansey. I do love me some caffeine. Pristine Squirtle, huh? What do you guys think of these pristine grades? What if I took these all and sent them to Beckett for a potential black label? I wonder if it would... You know, that would make a really interesting video, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? That would make a very interesting video. I had to do a cross grade and make a video out of it. People would love that. That's such a good piece of information. Like, look, here's some pristines right here. How much does a Beckett cross grade cost, I wonder? All right. What happened to Classic Charmander? Oh, I forgot about it. I have to retrieve it. Actually, I also have to retrieve slabs for Mr. Austin Albert. So 6 has a Classic Charmander, and Austin Albert has something too. I could step away from the stream and go find it. It would take like 5 minutes. You guys would probably be a little bit lonely while I'm gone. What do you guys think? You want me to go find them, or you want me to just sit here and keep pricing slabs? All right, look at this. Ooh, routes. What's this blue stuff? Drinking my pre-workout 300 milligrams plus beta-alanine. Oh, I thought you were going to say like human breast milk or something. That's what I would do. There. That's what I would have done. Wasn't that a thing for a while? That was like a thing for a while. There was like a market for human breast milk because workout gym bros thought that like breast milk was like better for you or something. All right, let's try this. My pre-gym workout. I think that's only for Homelander now. Homelander drinks that way. Later. What happened to the class? Oh, okay, so we'll get them later then. All right. You have decided. It has been decided. So we have Roltz. Secret Illustration Rare, $55. Where's this? You know what's been most popular on our stream by a lot? The Poke Shuffles and the live customs. Would you guys like to see what's in those right now? I'd like to show you. So Poke Shuffles and live customs continue to be a big deal. And here is the Poke Shuffles box. Look like there's a little bit room for me to add more slabs. But here's what's in the Poke Shuffles. Let's do a check-in on the Poke Shuffles. We got these nice ARs. We got a Patrick meme, another AR. I like the ARs. I think the ARs are actually really solid stores of value. McDonald's Pikachu, he's a chase card in there. Here's that Nidoqueen. Someone just pulled one. It was Cody, right? Cody? But I have a 9. He might get a 10. You never know. As a 10, it'd probably be really expensive. But even as a 9, it's worth 55. So, I mean, he's going to make his money back from that break. Here's a, Valplume, Ninjask, Nintel. Breast milk is sweet. Oh my god, bro. Mimikyu, Squirtle, Lugia, Abra, Rhydon, Vulpix. It's Vulpix. Here's Zatu, Vulpix, Gyarados 10. Wow, somebody re-rolled this. Holy, dude. It's such a good card. Here's Pikachu. Imagine another SpongeBob. Dark Dugtrio's in there. Drowsy's in there. So you see, it's a mix of like bad cards and good cards, or let's say less popular ones and more popular ones. Like this guy's a little less popular. Ice Cube, Heliolisk. So this guy's Heliolisk, and that makes this guy Helioptile. I never know which is which. Look at this guy. This guy's real unpopular. How can this be unpopular? It's a Magikarp. Passing it up. Everyone dreams of a bigger card. Charmander, Ancient Mew 3. That's where the Ancient Mew went. It's in the Poke Shuffles. Ancient Mew's in here, guys. Mega Venusaur that nobody pulls. Palafin, no one pulls. Chespin, Gardevoir, no one pulls. And this card, no one pulls. You know what's weird? It feels almost like these are... Some of these feel like ghost slabs. Like, why are these never getting pulled? Like, they're not even getting pulled and being re-rolled. I suspect they're not in the box. That's my suspicion. And I don't know how that would work. Like, how would they have got put into the box? Because usually the way I do it is I write the card first, and then I put them into the box. I almost wonder if I've ever accidentally thrown away like an actual hit card or something. Like, I don't think that would be possible, though. I feel like you guys would catch that on screen. So, I don't know. Really crazy. All right. Or maybe there was something that happened around the time that we converted. Like, imagine they were actually, maybe they were put into the live customs. And maybe there was like that big conversion point where we traded the live customs into this new $25 thing. Maybe something like that happened. You mind taking a picture of my Nidoqueen in the Cool Kids box, please? Oh, right, you were talking about that. Give me a second here. Here we are. Give me a second. All right. Ugh. You're saying Nidoqueen over here. Boom. All right, Nidoqueen. And let's go ahead. I'll pop this back over there. You know, we haven't used the Cool Kids box in a while. Isn't that cool? Look at that. We ought to grade that, Mr. NHCC. I'd love to send that to, like, tag grading or something. We get a pretty good price on tag grading, guys, for middlemaning. Now, where are your picture channel going to be? There it is. Here it be. I've got the coughs, man. All right. Too much spicy food. Ain't no way that's cheese. That's a cheese imposter. That's someone pretending. That's not even the real cheese. It is. All right, let's see. Yeah, I believe I've got a Skyrami in the Cool Kid box. Oh, really? Don't forget to tell me that to ship that, okay? Now, here's J. Jack Woodworth for tag 10 Ralts. Sold. All right. That's 2 slab sales already. We have sold $100 of slabs now in the first 20 minutes of the stream. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Oh, yeah. All right. Did you get Final Fantasy? Yes, sir. In fact, I think we're almost halfway sold out. I should probably buy more. But I was busy buying another Gold Star Gyarados. Did you guys know that? I bought a little Gold Star Gyarados. Let me show you guys. I might host a future Mega Break on this one. I bought this today. Here it is. So I like showing off my Gold Star Gyarados, and I figure maybe we do one for you guys. So I got this guy, PSA 6 Gold Star Gyarados for 3.5. Pretty good. Now, a break on that would have to be pretty big because I have to make a little profit, but also we got to cover processing fees and taxes too. So it will be more than 3.5, maybe 5. $5,000 break. What would that look like if we did a $5,000 break? Now, we're not going to do that tomorrow either. We might do it down the road. Maybe by the time he's worth 5,000. You see what I'm saying? So if he keeps going up in price, we'll just host it at 5,000, no problem. That would be 12 and a half spots if we did $400 per spot. Is my Trump in the Cool Kid box? Is my Trump card in the Cool Kid box? Let's look for a Trump card in there. I don't think we'd put a Trump card in here, would we? No. So I remember you mentioning that in a you mentioned that in a DM. What bag do I look through? What's your name is what I'm asking. I'll go looking for your Trump Playboy card. We sell Playboy cards, guys, because you can pull Donald Trump out of there. Jesus Aguilera says a whole box of the new Final Fantasy. You know, I think I better restock this Final Fantasy right now, okay? So let's get a restock on it. Trump is so cool when he threatens to wipe a civilization off the face of the map. I'm betting that you're not a big fan of that. Let's jump over here. All right. But think about it. He could put Trump Plaza over there. Imagine a big golden Trump hotel. We could have a golfing area. It would be so nice. Be so nice. No, it's his tweets are pretty out there, aren't they? They're deranged. Let's see. I guess we're gonna find out how it goes down soon, huh? That is the big thing in the news right now. When it comes to world news, maybe not Pokemon news. Pokemon news is TCC buys Gyarados for a future Mega Break. We got to have a supply of Mega Breaks, you know. Is Trump bluffing or ... He's not bluffing. That guy never bluffs. You know he's not bluffing. He never bluffs. He's clearly made it clear that he ain't bluffing. His plan is to blow up all the power plants and all the bridges. Here we are. Place the order. All right. There we go. Very nice. All right. Jesus Aguilera. Let's open it up. Andy says, Chop, what did Trump do? We're at war with Iran. Iran's country that's been talking trash with America for a long time. They're part of the China-Russia axis. They're part of the China-Russia-North Korea alliance. They're one of the most militarized country of all of those. They were building a nuke. They were firing missiles into our allies' country, Israel. It's a holy war. Who gets to control the Holy Land where the rocks are special or something like that? So they were firing missiles into there and all kinds of stuff. Death to America, death to America, death to America. I've heard that my whole life. I always didn't understand as a kid and a teenager and then a young adult and then an old adult how this country just gets away with saying that for my whole existence. Like, are we like pussies or something? Like, that's not normal, right? Imagine China just said like death to America our whole existence. Like, can we just get it over with or something? Like, when are we going to fight? Like, we got to fight, right? You can't have somebody existing saying death to America the whole time. Ooh, it just can't be that way. So whatever the new Iran, I don't think Iran's going to leave, by the way. I think Iran's going to survive, but whatever the new Iran is, they just got to move on to some new activities. It can't be, hey, let's chant death to America and enrich uranium. It just can't be that way. That's all it ever was. That's all it ever was. Americans want to be friends. We want to be friends. We want to do business. You know? We don't want to be at war. Obviously, Americans don't like being at war. I don't think it's popular. But it's really obvious why all this happened, though. You know what I mean? I'm just surprised it didn't happen sooner. I thought it was going to happen under Obama. I genuinely thought Obama was considering war with North Korea, which they just ended up actually getting the nuclear bomb. And then I thought, oh man, Obama's going to go to war with Iran. Because at the time, we were all over the place in the Middle East. I don't know if you guys remember that time period. It was a long time ago now. We were all over the place in the Middle East, and Obama was like just bombing the shit out of things using drones. He was just bombing everything he could. So there were a lot of explosions in the Middle East under Obama. He was not super nice, even though he was a Democrat, right? The Democrats don't like war. He dropped enormous numbers of bombs all over the Middle East to fight, I guess, jihad or something. I don't know. I don't even know. But remember Muammar Gaddafi, he got killed. Remember Muammar Gaddafi? He was put to death, essentially. There was the whole Muslim Brotherhood uprising. There was the war in Syria that happened under Obama. There was a lot of war. And now it's Iran's turn. Cluck it, Trees. But yeah, I was surprised it didn't happen under Obama because they were chanting death to America then, too. And it's just like, all right, whatever you say, bro. Here's Gene Attack. And here, I knew Joe Biden wasn't going to do anything. Joe Biden was barely there. Joe Biden, he was severely mentally degraded by dementia or something, and we could all see it. It was just really bad. So he was almost like 4 years of nothing. And he, in my eyes, he's like the Democrats' party, their version of George W. Bush almost. It's like a different thing, you know. But he was no good for the Democrat Party. I think he fractured the party into hardliners and people who are disenfranchised, disillusioned with what the party is accomplishing or what the goal of the party even is. So I think he was real bad for the Democrat Party. And now we've got Trump, and he's a populist, and I think he's basically a bully. Trump's a bully, like full on. And he's saying, oh, you're going to talk trash? I'm going to do something about it. And then he's going to blow up all these things, I guess. And I don't think he's bluffing at all, like even one bit. Every single time he seems like he's bluffing, he goes and he does something. He's like, no, actually, I really was going to do it. So I think they're going to have that deadline show up. And if he doesn't bomb them, he's going to lose his bluffing ability or his ability to persuade or influence. So he's going to do it, is my suspicion anyways. And I don't think Iran's going to change course either, because for them, it's a religious war. So for them, this is not like, it's not like you sit down and you have a conversation about what's rational. Hey, maybe this is best for us. Hey, you know, maybe we just get along with this guy for 3 more years, another stupid American gets into power, and then we go back to building bombs. You know, they could do that. That would be very rational of them. I'm a strategist thinker. I think that way. I'm a strategist. You guys know that. I like to think like a strategist. So if I was in Iran and I was in power, I'd be like, yo, let's just shake this guy's hand and say, you're the best. We like you. You're so smart. You're so powerful. You're so great. And then once he's gone in 4 years, let's just get back to it. You know, I'd be like, it's just 3 years. 2 years, 2.5 years, he's gone. You know, he's really old and he's going to be replaced by another politician. They don't want to do that. They talk like they want the war, you know, so they're trash talking and they're like, oh yeah, you're already defeated and oh, Trump and da, 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 da. And so I feel like, you know, their response to the war has basically invited more war, which was the whole reason we were at war with them. Here's Galef. Ooh, Galef. Look at Galef. Big trash talking and not backing down, and it's just going to end in ruin. That's how it is. Look at this Ridya. I think that's how a lot of wars go. It's so easy to avoid war, so hard to actually get into it. But it's always like two hard-headed people going at it, you know. Here's Honeybee Lovely. Ooh. Name, David Morris. All right, Mr. David, let's go find that trump card for you. Oops. Sorry about that. Here's Cactuar. Ooh. So you got Galef full art. Here's Layla. Oh, here's a Yuna. Like the cover of the art pack. Here's Yang. Like Yang Gang. The Squirtle is en route to my old pal TCC. Thanks for the suggestion. What? You sending it over here to sell it? We do consignment, everybody. The main reason we are in this is Israel, not because they said they don't like us. Here we are. So I can tell you have like a way of thinking that Israel's like big and evil. What's your plan for Israel, Mr. Russ? What do you think should happen? Do you think that, like, are you big on like Islam and you want Islam to take over Israel and you're, hey, the Holy Land? Hell no, not the Jews. What are your thoughts on it? Should they be like wiped out? Would you prefer they like get bombed out of Israel? Here's Galef and Bahamut. There we go. You're aware they're bombing Israel, right? The whole like kidnapping of like 100 people from Hamas was a thing. Like, what would you do? We are. Toss it over there. Mr. Jesus, let's grab your bag. Let me ask you this. Do you think that the Jewish people should be in Israel? Should they get to be there? There you go. Very nice. Ugh. Jesse Salinas. Mr. Jesus. Should they go back to being like a diaspora? Should they be kicked out? I would rather us talk about cards. I don't care. Well, no, because you're on Iran's side on this subject, I think. So it's like a holy war, right? You can choose to be Muslim, you can choose to be Christian, you can choose to be Jewish. I'm none of those things. I'm a secularist. But, so people are like taking sides, right? And you're on a particular side. And what do you think should happen to the Jews, in your opinion? What's your plan for them? What's your solution for them? What do you think should happen? I'm not being facetious. I'm being honest. What do you think should happen to them? I really mean, it's an honest question. Here we go. Here's, do you believe they should be killed out of Israel? Here's Jonathan Lewandowski. He says, spot in the jungle pack. Here we are. Because something has to happen, obviously, right? The whole reason Iran, is in a war with Israel is because its basic belief is that, hey, those Jews over there, that land is supposed to be for Allah, so they got to go. That's their basic belief. They're a religious organization. Here it is. I'm not a religious organization. Again, I'm a secularist. I like business and people putting their religion to the side and just living together peacefully no matter what the religion is. So that's what I believe. Those are my basic beliefs. There we go. Business, and then everyone just has their personal beliefs and you just leave it alone. But that's not the belief of the leadership in Iran. They think they're in a holy war. They got to activate the Halo ring. I'm on Zimbabwe's side. I would just sit both sides down and give them a class about Scientology. Let's see. Let them kill each other off. I don't care who wins, but I don't want the U.S. to be part of it. So you're kind of like, let's say the Jews were being genocided out of Israel. You're just chill with that. Is that cool with you? So, all right, let's go grab it. Because that's kind of happened to the Jews throughout history. It's kind of happened a couple times. And they've become keenly aware of it, I suspect. And so that's why they strike Iran first before they get a nuclear weapon. That's why they're doing it. They're saying, we're not going to wait and find out if you guys are cool with us. Especially since this is a religious war and not a war about, I don't know, like economics or something. It's a religious war. God's telling them the Jews got to go. Ugh. Yes, I miss your feet. We are. Let's see. Jonathan Lewandowski. I'll grab this. And we'll go grab the EXP baggie. Ooh. Let's see. Wherever it is. Where'd it go? Ah, here it is. Very nice. Persian women are pretty. I think so too. I think there's a lot of pretty people in the Middle East. I actually like the Middle East, by the way. I think what Qatar, UAE, and Saudi Arabia are doing is pretty smart. They got a lot of low tax opportunities. I think they're successful countries, by the way. So I'm kind of a fan. I'm not a huge fan of Iran because they chant death to America. It's just as simple as that. You don't get to chant that. This is ridiculous. And for so long, too. Like, it's not like they did it for a few years and then they moved on. They've done it the whole time, all the way up to today. That's why. So it's like, yeah, of course. Like, that can't be a normal thing. There it is. 3, 4, and 5. There it is. You can't have another major country building a nuke and then chanting death to you. Here's 5 Phantasmals. Here we are. Ugh. Technically, all people are sick. They are sick people, yep. Are you saying the Jews are sick people and you're okay if they were, like, killed out of Israel? You're okay if they were, like, all killed out of there? Here we are. And 5 Prismatic Evolutions. So we got 2 prismatic evolutions. Let me go get some more. I'll be right back. Wait. Okay, let me go get some more. I'll be right back. All right, there we go. Very nice. America #1. All right, there we go. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh. Can I do a celebrations UPC on Slab away? I have celebrations UPC. I didn't even know that was in the menu. Let me see. Oh, wow. That hasn't been updated in a while. Give me a second here. That needs to be changed to ask because the price on celebrations is probably going nuts. Celebrations UPC sealed. Leave the price alone, mister. Oh, yes. It is time to update the price on the Celebration UPC. All right. And what do we have? It doesn't change a whole lot, but it's going to go to 1485. And I'm afraid for this item, we could not do slab away. It's too turbulent. Let's say the word turbulent. All right, we'll go over to products. We'll go to all products. Mr. Russ, where'd you go, man? I was asking, what do you think? The Jews should all be killed out of Israel? How do you, because you have to have a belief about this kind of thing, right? You must have a belief. What do you think? Should the Jews all be killed out of Israel? You are? All right, the price is updated. I just want to know what your beliefs are. See, I think that would be a bad thing personally. There we go. I think that would be like a genocide, basically. Mr. Read above. Oh, wait a second. I'm on top chat. Maybe it just doesn't let me see whatever he said. Let me go to live chat. Oh, okay. We're in live chat now. And then let's see. Mr. Static X Booster, the Jungle Booster Pack. Also, can you see if the Skarmory card is in the Cool Kids box? Yes, so the EXP bag is the Jungle Booster. We finished the previous one last night, and this is a new one, okay? We have a new one running. And we have to check for David Moraes' Trump card. All right, so you want a Skarmory. Give me a second. Checking for Skarmory. Ha-ha! Ta-da! All right, beautiful Skarmory. Ooh. Very cool. Dang, what did I walk into? Well, we're just having a conversation. Obviously, there's a lot of news. Today's kind of a pretty grave day. Sounds like the U.S. is going to do some big bombings in Iran. And so maybe we're talking about some of the root ideas in this holy war between, Muslims and Jews and the United States' role in that. Like, what are we supposed to do, if anything? Maybe some people are saying, oh, we shouldn't be world police, which is, I guess you can say that. It's hard to not be involved in this war, in my opinion, because they were chanting death to America the whole time. That's my perspective on it. And they align themselves with our competitors. So they're a part of the China-Russia axis. People mention the price of oil going up. It's like, yeah, we sell oil. It's almost like we just took down an oil competitor. All right, snipping this. And snipping these. All right. We just took down a country that's against us that was going to have enormous power and influence in that region. And they compete with us on the sale of oil. There we go. All right. So now we've got Mr. Jonathan. Let's see what we got. We've got Cramorant, Mimikyu, and Rayquaza. Oh, baby. That is probably a big pull in this set. Considering how expensive it is and how desirable the cards are in this set, that was probably a big pull. Let's see. I haven't paid any attention to it. Super Earth, I have no clues. All hail, managed democracy and liberty. There we go. Okay. Here's Reshiram's Arua. Here's Bonnet Grubbin Honchcrow. Here's Vikavolt Dreepy Trevenant. And here's Skitty Delcatty and Anthea Concordia. There we are. Very nice. Okay, here's Phantasmal Flames. Here's Wigglytuff and Zacian. Ooh, so we're in the Phantasmal now. Chance for a Charizard. That Pokepad is a few bucks, I think. Nice. Here's Moltres and Vileplume and Fabreatha. And what happened if they drafted you for the military? I'd be, well, I'd come back missing a leg, and you guys would have to call me peg-legged TCC. Here we are. All right, very nice. I'd have to lock my Pokemon cards up, that's for sure. Throwing this out. And then when I came back, my vote would be exactly the same as a woman's vote, even though she didn't get drafted because she was a woman. So, you know, that makes sense. Here's Professor's Research. Ooh. Sleeving this. Boop. Let's see. Here's Slowking. TCC got what? A peg leg. Here's Okie Dokie. Here's Buneary Archelodon. And here's... Oh! What's this? Jonathan Lewandowski. It is a blessed day indeed, Mr. Jonathan. Umbreon. Ha-ha. All right. Look at this. Wow. Okay. Very good. Here's a Mimikyu. And Umbreon coming out of your order. It's a sign from the heavens. That's crazy, dude. What a crazy conversation we were having right as we pulled it, too. Wild stuff, man. It must be the blessings from the heavens or something. Yeah, right. There we go. Okay. Very good. How do you even explain that? That's wild stuff. They came out of 5 packs out of nowhere. There we go. Obviously, it can't be a coincidence or science or data. Obviously, it's the divine. Oh, and Casio was like, I should order Prismatic today. Yes, sir. Look at that. Man, I don't even feel like I need to show off the Mimikyu. Let's just show off the Umbreon. Damn, bro. Congratulations, man. Today's looking pretty good, guys. What do you think of that? Gradable? So if we're looking at it, it does look a little off center, right to left. It might end up being a 9 as a result, okay? Get a little free pre-grade in there. A 9's still nice. A 10 would be the ultimate pull, I guess. But, hey, man, it's still your Umbreon. Even if it grades 9, I wouldn't sell it for anything. I'd keep it because it's like it's special that way. You can still buy a 10 off the market, but this one's yours, you know. All right, look at that. Somebody pulled a 9 Fossil Dragonite, and I was happy to hold on to that, keep it in this channel as part of our story, part of our history of opening special cards. Light, top, heavy. My order went through without my name. Law, just as an FYI. Is that Jeff Leon? Did you change your Jeffy Weffy symbol? Here we are. All right, so let's get this into your bag, Mr. Jonathan Lewandowski. Very nice. Here's your... Oh, wait. We already pulled your bag down. Here it is. All right, so we're going to place you in here. Thanks so much, man. I really appreciate it. That's wild, man. That's really crazy. Okay. I will put this in here as well. His name is Jeff. Oh, it changed. Woo. I've got a Japanese one as a 10 in a slab right now. There we go. And here we are. Wow, you got a lot of cards. Thanks so much for being a big customer, man. That's crazy. I can't believe that just happened. You know, there should be a leaderboards in our Discord server for the best pulls. Now, Sarah Dusenberry would be on that leaderboards too. She pulled the God Pack. I'm going to go in here. Does that make us besties, Jonathan? I think that makes us besties. We're going to go over here to Discord. And we need to create a leaderboards channel. We should have made it 7 years ago. If we had made it 7 years ago, it'd be such a fantastic channel at this point. So it's a pity that we didn't. We're just going to copy the link. And we're going to create a post for you that says, Jonathan Lewandowski pulls Umbreon SAR Prismatic. And you pulled this at the 50-minute mark. All right, there you go. We should have been doing this the whole time, man. How dumb are we that we didn't do this the whole time? It would be so... If I had documented every big pull that way, each year I could just have Mike's side pull that information down. So, you know, to make a video or something. So we should have done it the whole time. All right. Now, David Morris is next. We're going to go looking for his Donald Trump card. All right, let's go find it. I think he's saying he doesn't know where it went. And that he's wondering if it's still over here. And so it's possible you could have had more than one bag, you know. I would like to be Jonathan when I grow up. I'd like to be Jonathan right now. Bounty. There is no more bounty of that sort. So he already got the reward of opening a pack. That is, he got the Umbreon. We're doing a reverse bounty. It's called the second chance bounty. And if you have very bad luck, you go in here. So if you're unlucky, we give you another chance. So that is the reverse bounty. You can call it insurance. You can call it whatever you want. Mr. Robert. Hey, what's up, Robert? Willis, Clark. Okay, you're not in the standard DA boxes. Let's check this overflow. Maybe the pity bounty would be the right name. No, none of these. And Dylan, Dustin, Dominic, Donnie, Downing Troy. I don't see another baggie for you, and I don't think that the Donald Trump card would have gone into the Cool Kids box to begin with. It's just not rare enough. So I don't think it would have ever gone in there. So if you think you're missing a Donald Trump card, we better work on that, okay? Maybe you start feeding me some information about it, telling me a little bit about... maybe you can find out when you pulled it, what bag it went into. That would be helpful. And I would suspect you would have potentially graded it as well. So that's a potential thing to look into. If there's anyone you know that had a name that was almost exactly like yours, that would be relevant information. Who's this? Dean John Vin. His bag is from 8/23. It's 3 years old. What did he leave behind? Some energy cards. That's Korean. That's a Korean. Some really old Japanese cards. Korean. Smoliv. All right. Good. We can finally take this bag down. It was clogging up that box. 3-year-old bag there, guys. All right. We found a 3-year-old Pikachu slab. Hey, remember, that was my suggestion. I want credit. Oh, wait a second. Was it? I'm giving you credit. Okay, we've been besties a part of the channel for a minute. Love it here. Thanks, man. You're probably getting a clip. Was Mike Side watching that, by the way? I think Mike Side was watching it, wasn't he? Wow. That Psyduck about to make you some money. Is it? Is Psyduck more valuable these days? You know, back then it wouldn't have been too valuable. Mark J. Valerian, he says to give away the Ludicolo. Also, ¿Dónde estás? Papers, por favor, Ludicolo. What? Papers? What did you just say? Let me have a sip here. Mark J. Valerian has decided to host a giveaway on this beautiful Ludicolo. So if you guys would like to jump into this Ludicolo, you can get it started by helping us reach 40 likes. You don't have to like my beliefs, but if you hit the like button, we'll get the giveaway started, all right? The whole war stuff, that's pretty stressful stuff, you know? Really splits people apart on their beliefs. We're going to say, Mark, I try to take a position that I think is rational as possible. Let's say that. Let's jump over here and hit refresh. We're going to say, Mr. Mark. All right. Mister, have you solved what that mystery package was? We had a mystery package? I don't even remember that. We had a mystery package? Donations. So I'm up to 215 and Mark is up to 145. Damn, dude. Look at these donations for April. There's been a lot of donations. April, of course, is my birthday month. I just turned 37 like 4 days ago. So 4 days? 3 days ago. 3 days ago. Oh, the package with the computer parts. So that is just sitting in another room, not being sold. Is it a trick? Like, should I even bother trying to sell them? I feel like it's a trick or a trap. So it's just sitting there, and I don't know. Maybe somebody else got a shipment of stuff that's mine. That's all I can presume. Because I'm assuming this happened, guys. I'm assuming that my package went to the International Shipping Center, wherever that is, maybe Illinois. And then somebody else's package went to the shipping center, and they printed out fresh labels for both packages, and then they swapped the labels. So what am I missing? I don't even know. I can't figure out what I'm missing. I ordered too much stuff, so I don't know what I'm missing out on. I probably am missing a shipment of something. And then I got this big box of computer parts, and I don't even want to sell them because I don't know if it's like, was it a mix-up, or is it like some sort of trick by somebody? I don't know what it is. So I don't know what to do with it. I just got it. It's probably a really expensive box too. It's just sitting there getting older. They probably won't be worth very much over time. Whoa, I got to reprice that. That's a cool card, man. Someone sent you that package and left an Apple tag in it so they can steal your Pokemons. No, you wouldn't need to do all that. You wouldn't need to put all those computer parts in there to do that. All you'd have to do to trick me on that is give me like a case of booster boxes, right? And have one of the booster boxes contain the actual tracking device. So you wouldn't need to do computer parts. It's too bizarre. Hey, that's a nice old maid card, that Ludi something in English. That guy right there, there's two of them, I believe. Where's the other one? Here's Shining Tyranitar. Oh, you know what? It might be over here, in fact. Find out what it is. Can I slab away 64 gigabytes? Maybe. Do you guys need some, do you guys need some RAM? Because I think I have a lot of it. I don't know what it is. I don't know exactly what the computer parts are. I should take a picture with AI. Here's Ludicolo. Ludicolo. Now, Mark J. Valerian is done. Johnny Suh, one box of the new Final Fantasy. We're going to run out of Final Fantasy. Wow. All right. Let me take care of this. Busy Tuesday, actually. Didn't expect that. There we go. Did you get a refund on the original package? No. RAM is expensive now. You could be sitting on a couple $1,000s of RAM. I wish there was someone I could send it to get rid of. I don't want it. I actually do not want it. I don't want to sell it. I don't want to have it. There we are. Very good. No one's contacted me. FedEx hasn't contacted me. We are. They didn't say, oh, here's this package that got misdelivered to you. They didn't say, oh, we found your package that got misdelivered to this guy. So nobody's said anything. It's been quiet the whole time. We are. All right, let's snip this. Snipping that. Cheese, the other day I received a whole case of computer memory. Just a big, heavy case, really big one. And it's just full of like computer SD cards or something. I don't know what it is. All right. Very good. And here's this. Ugh. Do you have any Pokemon Rumble cards? You know what? I do, actually. How are those Pokemon? I'll take 64 Rams, please. I do have Pokemon Rumble. How is Pokemon Rumble doing? I have SGC Pokemon Rumble. That means if you sell it as SGC, it'll probably sell, but kind of similar to a CGC Gem Mint 10. But so we have to pay attention to how the value on the other Pokemon Rumble cards goes up. I've been looking at getting some of those. I could sell mine. I'm not super What? The Pikachu's $97,000? What the fuck? How can it be so expensive? Man, video game cards, guys, like those Poker Stadium cards, they're a worthwhile gamble. Which ones do I own? Let's open this and we'll look and see which ones I own. All right, Johnny Sa, you ready? Wait, why do I have my phone plugged in? My phone doesn't need to be plugged in. It's full battery. There we go. What? Show it. Let's see. It is getting ridiculous. Here's Horny. All right, you ready, Johnny Sa? Time to get you the Siggy. Here's Hurdy. There's Hurdy the Birdie. Prish. Here's Astrologian. Mr. React. Whoa, look at this LOZ. Ooh. I'm happy that I picked up the Chabak. Here's Cecil Whitaker. Here's Garlish. Here's Richie Rich. Here's Angel. Dude, what are these gay-ass names? Here's a Red X. Here's Summoner. I summon thee. Ooh. I'm tossing this over here. Very nice. And here's a Yuna. Oh, yes. A Yuna. Here's Clavat. Here's Leonora. Here's Cactuar Hollow. That's a decent one. I would grade that one. He's a cool little card, man. Here's Gunbreaker. Yuffie. Cloud Hollow. What? And Alexander. Let's see. Boop. Tossing that away. Here's Cactuar. Here's Yuna. Here's Summoner. Here's some of these hollow. Here's LOZ. LOZ is actually an acronym that you hear out here a lot. LOZ, Lake of the Ozarks. So you have like LOZ this, LOZ that. So we see LOZ all the time out here in Lake of the Ozarks. I'm sure that's what his name says. That's what it means, right? Tell me that's what it means. Looking gorgeous outside now, by the way. Do you guys want to see outside for a minute? It is beautiful. Johnny, did you need a new bag? He said, I think I need a bag. All right, perfect. I felt like you needed a bag. Okay, okay. We'll Popping this in here. Mr. Johnny. There it goes. Now, where shall we put you? This box is actually pretty full. Is this box full of expired bags? Almost. This one's expired. Okay, so we're going to toss you in there. This one says 425. Jonathan McGonagall. His last name's McGonagall. He's from Harry Potter. Korean. Okay, so he opened a packet of... He probably opened like one box of Korean Pokemon cards or something. I'm going to put him over here. It looked like it was a box of the Prismatic, in fact. There's the Ludicolo. I'm going to put him back over here if nobody wanted him. Now, Johnny Suh is done. We have an order for him. Hit refresh here. Mr. Joseph Smith, I believe, who has ordered... He's been waiting, man. He ordered 2 Poke Shuffles. You got it, man. Johnny Suh has opened our popular Poke Shuffles. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Ooh. 2 cold ones. All right, we'll put this back over here. 2 cold ones, Mr. Johnny. I'm Zoe. And here's... Why did it do that? I didn't want it to do that. Master's giving Dobby a Glock. Let me have a sip of this. So, English Prismatic. Here we are. Why Sneaker Bunko Volume 2? Sneaker Bunko getting a hit. All right. I love it when you guys open the Sneaker Bunko because I have way too much of this stuff. Dreamlike Oceans. Dreamlike Oceans right now is the top seller, guys. It is selling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of these. And can't believe we just pulled an Umbreon today. I feel like I could just take the rest of the day off. For the 151 surprise. We can't do that, though. We got to capitalize on it. We got to get the next big pull right now. We might have special Poke Blessings running. We don't know. So, for example, maybe we pull the Gengar Pikachu out of here today. That would be insane. That's a boat running. God, man, I wish I was out on the water. There we go. Our yard got mowed and is so beautiful right now. It's just like perfect weather, nice clean yard, except for all the dog poop from the dogs that I don't own. I saw the lady's dog in my yard pooping today. It was kind of further away, so it's not an area that's going to bother me, but it's kind of annoying, isn't it? There we go. What do you guys think of that? What if you had neighbors who they just let their dog poop in your yard all day? How would you guys feel about that? Would you be cool with that? Would you be like chill? It'll be like, oh, that's fine. It's actually 4 different dogs to help you understand. There's a black dog that comes from a couple houses away. There's actually a pit bull that jumps the fence. There's a dog on the immediate right and a dog on the immediate left. And then there's the neighbor's dog on the adjacent street. That's actually 5 dogs, but the pit bull doesn't do the jumping as often. Maybe they figured that one out. I don't know. Here's Dark Knight. It's a little old man who owns it. And here's ZELLE. Shovel and deliver to the yard. Would be against the law for me. Yeah, it's against the law over here. It's super against the law. The law's like really clear on it. No wandering dogs allowed. And they just all let their dogs wander. But anyways, how would you feel about 5 dogs coming into your yard and pooping in it? How does that sound? So I was sitting from my couch and I could just see. I was like, oh, there it is. The dog's pooping. And then when you go walking through the yard, there's just clumps of dog doo-doo everywhere. Shiva! I mean, it's already bad enough with the deer poop. It's just poop everywhere. It's a big toilet. There we go. I'm on reset 250 for Shiny Charmander. Remember, my name didn't go through. This is my order. Oh, this is your order. I see now. Okay, cool. Very nice. So there's Sarah. Let's pull you Gengar Pikachu, Mr. Jeff. I'd love to pull you Gengar Pikachu right now. Here's a Hollow and a Jinx and Scyther and a Raichu. 1 Raichu. Very nice. That's exactly what we were looking for. Okay, we'll set this over here to Jinx. Slipping in here. And here's a hollow. Here's a hollow. Here's this lady looking sideways with her giant boobies out. Here's a hollow. And here's, oh, it's a full art, but not a Siggy. I think I had a lot of grandmas and grandpas that would protect me from that. They like to watch and report everything you do. Ugh! You know the problem, Miss Alexandra? It's actually the grandmas and the grandpas who are breaking the law. Those are the ones who own the dogs. Look at what you can pull out of Sneaker Bunko Volume 2, guys. Holy. They're the ones breaking the law. It's them. It's the grandmas and the grandpas. They just act like there is no law. And then it's also like uncomfortable to like have to tell on them or something. It's like you don't want to. It's like I don't want to be involved in that. We gotta do some trades, Miss Alexandra. I'll take a couple of your grandma and grandpas, and you can have a couple of mine, and then the problem would probably be solved right then and there. Flavion. All right, very nice. You have to scare him, mister. That's right. I'll just buy 7 pit bulls. So, let's see. Mr. Jeff, let's grab your baggie. Your bag's pretty full, and we started a new one. That's what we did. Very nice. That I would like to see. Yep. Sit with the 12 gauge on your porch. Jeez. I have nosy neighbors. I wish I had nosy neighbors. I wish I had like grandma and grandpas that would just sit there and report everything because there's so much going on in this neighborhood that shouldn't be happening. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Jeff. We have your shipment. Really? Did another tag submission finish? Another tag submission finished, guys. We're about to be inundated with slabs. All right, we still have 2 more orders in the queue. Miss 6, 1 live, and 2 Pokey Shuffles. You got it, Miss 6. What do we got? My solution was best. Yeah? We are. I think Mr. Russ has a solution, too. What do you think of that? One that maybe is a little bit final. Whoa! Here's Gengar T10. You're pulling Gengar? You can't just be pulling Gengar like that. That came out of what? That came out of the live customs. Speaking of solutions, huh? Here's, let's see. Ah, it's a T10. Here you are. That's holographic Gengar 10. Go lay a hot one in their yard. Seen a grandma let her dog poop in the bushes at the grocery store. Looked around and got to her car quick. God, dude. That's so awful, man. Actually, have you guys noticed there's like this thing going on in America right now where every human being brings their like pet to Walmart? Have you guys noticed that? There was a guy in our Walmart. Karis took pictures. He had a full-on pit bull and he was walking around Walmart. It didn't say emotional support doggy. It didn't say like service dog on it. It's just a dog on a leash. That's all it was. And I feel like there's this thing going on where there's a sort of testing going on where it's like, is everybody okay with this? This is how we're going to do society now? So this guy just has a pit bull, like it's PetSmart. He's just walking it around Walmart, and no one said or did anything about it. I don't know. PetSmart's fine, but it's like Walmart's where I get my food from. I don't want your dog around my food. Just how it is, you know? I think that's why we always had those rules, like no dogs, you know, no shirt, no shoes, no service. Pets are kids, mister. It's 2026. I think so. I think that's actually occurring. Didn't 6 snipe a live custom yesterday, too? Sick! What do you think, 6? Are we keeping this? She said keep. All right. Now we're talking. There we go. Oop. Free pasta free. Oh, my God. Now. What are you that one guy pops into our stream now? We got 1, 2, 3 ramen. 1, 2. There we go. All right. So 2 cold ones, Miss 6, 2 cold shuffles. But you know what? You did pretty good on the live customs. So I think it's all good. We have an order from Mr. Team Rocket Grunt. 5 of the Pokey Shuffles and 1 of the Gem 3s. Gem 3 gives you the ability to pull a Charizard. Exclusive Charizard. Just 1 pack left. Gotta get a fresh box. Mr. Jacob Chickering, what's up, man? All right, there we go. Snipping this. Good. We've got... Oh, Gengar. Look at that Gengar. Rawr. Okay, one Gengar for you. I'm back power washing again. TRG. You need a new bag, don't you? You need a new bag. First of all, let's unblock your box. Ugh. Terrell Rivera. Okay, just testing to make sure you're not already in there. I have an SAR that is misaligned like this. What? Do-do-do-do-boo-boo-boo-boo. You know what's cool, by the way, about that Umbreon pull we just made? Maybe there's another one nearby. Remember, if you guys recall, we were opening a whole bunch of that product, and we just weren't pulling anything that good, right, for a while. And I was talking about how I sourced the product as those individual premium collection boxes, but I sourced them from all over the place. And so what that really means, while we're going through the pile, we're not getting a continuous feed directly from like a pallet of them. And the pallet would give you like the computer RNG, correct? The computer sets a certain number of hits on the pallet. So since we're buying it from all kinds of individuals, we could have really bad luck or really good luck, meaning the very next box could have another Umbreon in it because it's from someone else, from a different pallet. So obviously we got an Umbreon from some pallet, and maybe the next box has an Umbreon from a different pallet in it. So you never know what happens in the next box of Prismatic. So I'm very excited about that. All right, 5 Poke Shuffles, Team Rocket Grunt. There we go. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 cold ones. Very nice. I'm still in shock about pulling the Umbreon. Was not expecting that today. It's crazy how it works, Jonathan. The very next pack could hold the chase card. And it happens so rarely that when it happens to you, it is almost unbelievable. It's like just this, like, so this very next pack of 151, this could be Gengar Pikachu just sitting in my hands for $6. But we don't know that until it's open. And people go through boxes and boxes of these and never pull it. So it's just weird how that works. And as a guy who hosts the Rip and Ship, I see that all the time. All the time. I don't want it to go missing or stolen. Is it safe for PSA to grade if I'm overseas? I think so. I'm back power washing again. Very cool, man. You got to come over to my house. I got some power washing that needs done. Prismatic Umbreon was pulled. Which Umbreon was pulled? Gem 2. Everyone loves the shuffles. All right, so you missed it. You missed the pull, bro. All right, so Miss 6 says 5 Poke Shuffle. Who would you recommend to grade it with? I would say tag or PSA. You only save a little bit of money grading it through tag. So you might as well just do PSA on such an expensive card. The truth is, neither of them are probably going to grade it 10. It's got an off-centering issue. It's going to come back 9 at best. Could come back 8, by the way. Just depends on which slab you want to look at it in. I wouldn't resell it if I were you. I'd keep it. So if you want to look at it in a PSA slab, go with PSA. It's such an expensive card, $15 doesn't matter. So you can just go with whichever one you want to look at it in, right? You don't have to think of it like a product. Now, if you're looking to maximize the resale value, again, I don't think it matters a lot, but maybe PSA for resale value. So, well, look at this card over here that I'm selling for $30. See this Ludicolo? He's better off in a tag slab because I pay less money to grade him. So at a price of $30, $15 difference in grading it playing a big role, right? It really decides if I make a profit or not. But, you know, if it was a $3,000 card, who cares? Doesn't make a difference. So it's not important. So it could be PSA just because PSA is seen as the sort of like top premium brand or top value brand. Is that Ludicolo here legally? That's right. I'm going to need to see some papers. What are we doing in this stream? Oh, my God. This stream is probably so... we get a little controversial in this stream. Wouldn't you guys agree? This is probably one of the most controversial Pokemon streams on the internet because we talk about all the wild stuff. So let's take a minute and show off the breaks. The queue just emptied out. There's no wait time if you want to open any cards now. And let's see. We just pulled a tremendous Umbreon today. I can't believe that happened. It's fantastic. We got the binder break. Nobody's in it. How do I trick you guys into this binder break? Is all the numbers on the cards, is that a turnoff? Maybe actually writing the prices down was a turnoff or something. We are, whoa. There's a lot of cards in there. I'm gonna fix that. I'm gonna take all these sleeves off. Maybe people don't actually like to see the price tag. It is. Here's Noctowl. Whoa. Here's Gengar. Mr. My Order. I thought I did your order. What's your order? Did you send in a fresh one? Is that what you're saying? There we are. Dreddy gone. Here's Pikachu. That's McDonald's Pikachu. This is actually a pretty good pull in that. Here's a Taiwanese. Shuffles, you read it. I read it and I didn't do it. 6, I think I'm losing my mind. What do you think, 6? I think I've finally lost it. I think I've gone off the deep end, 6. 6, do you recommend any psychologists for me? What would you, if you were a therapist, 6, what would you diagnose me with? Here's Scyther. Here's Zapdos. Here's this goofy ad Jigglypuff. Mr. is related. You said the order and then you didn't do it. Oh my God. 6 says autism. You didn't even stop and think about it. You just go straight to autism, huh? I see how it is. I know when I'm being bullied. I see how it is. Wow, man. She didn't even hesitate. There we go. We are. Well, I'm diagnosing you with jerkatitis. What do you think of that? Here's Gengar. Here's Pikachu. Mister, you are artistic, aren't you? I'm pretty artsy. All right. I actually think I might be OCD for real. If I was to self-diagnose, I think my mom was OCD, and I think I might be OCD. It's a problem where you over-focus on something. You are. Like your brain can't let it go. Put this here. And if I had a mental disorder, which I don't, nobody's had a mental disorder like me. It's the best mental disorder. We are. Throwing these away. You know, I think they do look nicer. I think these actually look nicer without the price, the numbers on them. I like art. Sounds like a good time. Oops. Collecting gaming disorder. There we are. I definitely have a collecting hoarder disorder. There we are. All right. There we go. I have mental disorders. I especially the taste of Crayola Red 40. Not the Red 40. No. All right. So how does this look now? Does this look amazingly better after the price tags come off? Oh my God, the price tags were making them so ugly. I didn't even catch that. Look how much better they look without the price tags. I didn't. It's all about presentation, man. This is why Tag is doing so well as a company, because their biggest innovation, besides the fact that you can scan their cards to know your grade, they were all about appearance, weren't they? They came up with the clear slab. People like that stuff. All right, there's the binder break. We made it pretty. Now it's pretty again. No card jumps out to me to want to join it. I feel you. So you're saying you need a big, expensive card to want to join it. All right. So what do we got over here? Doo-ba-doo-boo-boo-boo. Jumping back to 6. 5 Pokey Shuffles. If it has one big card, it would be tempting. Okay, we'll grab this. And we'll pull this in. I think you have to find like a balance, because the nature of the binder break is to have a lot of cards in it, and the nature of a slab break is to be one big card. You know what I'm saying? So it's meant to be different from the slab breaks. But I hear what you're saying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, for example, if we had a big $200 Charizard and it was ungraded, I could definitely post that as a break, whether it grades 9 or 10 or 8 or 5, it doesn't matter. However, at that point, I might as well just send it off to Tag and grade it. and then we'll just host a slab break. See the struggle on the identity of the product? So you have to find some identity for the product that fits a niche on this table. All right, that's a cold one. Miss 6, couple cold ones going in there today. You know what that means? Poke Shuffles are hot. We got something I can stuff in them Poke Shuffles. That's a Brett Love Regigigas. This is now a TheCardconomist Regigigas. It's going in. Does Brett Love got a baggie somewhere? Gotta find the Brett Love baggie. I'm sorry, 6. If I'm spending $40, I want a card worth more. Little cards adding up to that isn't as tempting. Yeah. Well, it has gone off 12 times already, so it tempted someone, but you get the whole bag, basically. So I think that was sort of the identity of the bag, was that the concept was that it was a bunch of little cards. But I see what you're saying, 6. You're saying that that particular product is not for you. Here's Brett. Wait, that's not the Brett Love card. Does that mean he has $30 left over from something? Ah, this is the Brett Love card. There we go. All right. There we go. Now, we're going to say... 79. So we're going to up that to 79, and we're going to throw that away. And then this gets up to... what does this come out to? Is that Pikachu a holo promo? No, he's not. Okay, he's not. Oops. 22. 101.5. Okay, Brett's up to 101.5, and this is no longer a Brett card. This is a TCC card. Go ahead and mark those off so there's no confusion. Now let's put this into the Poke Shuffle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Number GG55. Regigigas T10. Kind of hard to see on this. Is that Pikachu Hollow? I already read that. All right. What are the current breaks? Yeah, I say we look at the current breaks, everybody. There we go. And in he goes. Okay, Brett Love has a little more money to spend. Here's Numel. Here's Lucario. So this is probably the most popular break right here. You're looking at it. The most popular big break. Charizard and Pikachu Metal. They're both graded 8, and they're sequential as well. Look at that. 7, 8. See that? Pretty cool, right? So you got Pikachu Charizard looking real cool, man. See that? Very nice. I know you probably prefer to have the 10, but did you know Charizard Ultra Premium Collection 10 actually goes for $13,000 now? So there's just no way for me to host that as a break. It could be a mega break, but I mean, and we're definitely not squeezing the Pikachu into that kind of mega break either. So this is the only way I can offer you guys this card. It has to be graded a PSA 8. And I think because of the price of these cards, you are going to collect an 8. A lot of normal people are going to have 8s and 9s in their collection now. And it's not going to be seen as, you know, a lesser card. It's going to be seen as fairly normal to have a 9, an 8, a 7, maybe a 6 in your collection. I don't know. Maybe the line is drawn at 6 because that's above 5. But then again, even with the like really big Grail cards, I think people accept it's a 9, not a 10. It's a 9, not a 10. You wrote it down wrong. Oh, my bad. I think I probably did that automatically. I see what you're saying. I think I'd have figured that out because there would have only been one of those Regigigases in the whole box. I'd have been like, oop, I wrote 10 down on it. All right, NHCC says 13 $1,000 spots. Cheap, affordable. Not even that risky if you think about it. You got nothing to lose. All right, what's next? Here's an order from Miss Alexandra Noor. She says, can I get the old maid Ludicolo? Ludi something mon? Ludicolo. Here it is. Because he's a Ludi. You got it. All right. You know, Miss Alexandra, we offer a product where you can keep track of all your slabs. You might be somebody who might be interested in that. And the way that would work, it's $20, and I open up a Discord server channel for you. It's a private channel. Only you can see it. And I take a picture of all your existing slabs. It's a very popular service with people who are international and very popular service for people who have a lot of slabs over here. Helps you remember what you got. There you go. Just letting you know. So if you ever want that, let me know. Here's Joseph Smith. He says, NHCC says, get it. It's really useful. Here's Pokey Shuffles. Pokey Shuffles. I can vouch, says NHCC. All right. It helps you enjoy your collection more. I'll tell you that, because you can look at it on the computer screen and be like, oh, look what I got. I should call it like a TCC vault or something. There we go. One token tomorrow. It's a cold one. Cold ones? We can't have cold ones. All right. Look at this Lucario. He's supposed to be $125, right? But we're going to do the special TCC price. This is the special TCC price of $80. So our price is $45 off. And now he's going into the Poke Shuffles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. You know, I should have left the 125 on him. Oh, there's boats going by, man. There's one just sped by right now. I can see it through the window. Okay, that's a partial hit. Looking for Pikachu for my wife's birthday. Yeah? You are. What kind of money you wanted to spend? A lot, a little bit? Probably not too much, right? Is she a big collector or just casual? You are. Doobie 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 doobie. There we go. Here's Mr. Jacob. He says 2 spots in the metal break. Yes. I think that this metal break is going to be one of the more popular breaks. It just makes sense, you know. Pikachu and Charizard in one break, and it's the extremely desirable Celebrations Metal Premium Charizard. Like, damn, bro. How much better does this break get, guys? Now, we're supposed to have a consignment break on the table. That was one of my goals. One of our breaks should always be a consignment break. We should always be helping whoever's got a really good consignment card get it finished, right? Wait, let's count this up. Your cards are blank and gay, as you the Amerifart. No! It's Galef. He got me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No! Sells Pokemon cards. Pokemon cards are Japanese, not American. What? What are you? American. 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 Will Shucks. What are you talking about, bro? Yeah, I do sell a lot of Japanese cards, though. Konnichiwa. Anisa. What are you saying about Asian? You don't like the Japanese? You don't like the Japanese, huh? What a jerk, bro. Get this guy. I'm just kidding. Which cards in your collection is most valuable for you? And if I may ask, why? The one that's worth a lot of money, I guess. Did you say most valuable? Or do you mean like the one I would be saddest if I ever lost it? This guy just reached another... He reached 100,000 a second time. Did you guys catch that? He's 100,000. This guy sold in auction again for $100,000. That is Masaki Gengar. Probably the most rare Gengar in the hobby, is it? I wouldn't say lowest pop, but it's like, that's the pinnacle Gengar right there, the Masaki promo. America! America! Well, shucks. I'll sell you my best card for $100. Just give me that Gengar. It's to Amerifart and Gee. I don't like America, but no one does neither. Japan all history until America took their nation. That's right. We took them. We bent them over a barrel and said, take it. Where are you from, Mr. Galef? Here's Mark J. Valerian. He says 2 spot. Wait. Oh, Mark's jumping into the same break. You got it. Here goes Mr. Mark. Oh, America, America, America. Blah, 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 blah. And the rocket's red flare. And the rocket's red flare. I consent. Over the barrel I go. Regardless. Well, I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. 6, 7, 8. There we go. All right. Wow, that's up to 8 out of 15. There we go. People suck online sometimes. We're in a very controversial time for America. We're in this war with Iran, so wars are not fun. Suck what? I thought you were about to sing the Team America song. America, blank, yeah. Doobie doobie doo, doobie doobie doo, doo doo. I don't remember all the words. Okay, what do we got next? Did we already do the Joseph Smith snipe? We already did the Joseph Smith snipe, right, Joseph? Joseph, remind me if we got you your 1 Pokey Shuffle already. I did that already, right? Or am I just imagining that I did it? Ivan Rodriguez. Hey, what's up? He says Metal Zard and Pikachu. I don't know, Ivan. It might be gay to get in here. Here it is. The one guy said my cards were gay. Let's see. Thank you, sir. No problem. He said yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is officially only 6 spots away. Metal Charizard could end in a flash. Oops. Oh, yeah. Can we get a TCC Carapoke? Carapoke? What's a Carapoke? Is that where I turn into a Karen? Hey, get your dogs out of my yard. Let's see. I thought for you personally, regardless of the price, that has the greatest spiritual value to you, and you would never sell that card. If you want to talk about the card I would least likely sell, well, I mean, it's difficult, man. It's difficult. I like a lot of the cards. I really do like the Gold Star Gyarados a lot. I'm a big Gyarados fan. Gyarados is very angry, right? I think I share that personality type. I'm just always angry. All right, there's some cards I really like, but this guy's pretty cool. This guy's pretty cool. This guy just sold for $75,000 in auction. Not my copy, but somebody's copy. And this is only pop 5. And honestly, I thought that was kind of low even. I thought 75 or 73. This guy, I think, last sold for like 100K-ish or something like that. He's pop 37 in the world. I don't think people realize how big a deal it is these cards are going for these prices. You know, I'm a very imaginative person, and I think that gives me an advantage when it comes to making money, when it comes to doing what you should happen next in life. I like to imagine the future. I try to imagine all the possibilities, like all the different angles. What does it look like if it collapses? What if it looks like if it grows? I don't think people realize how big of a deal it is. If you have this Gyarados, you're now part of a little ring of about 37 guys in the world that also holds this, right? This is going to be, for millennials, what it was like for the boomers to be like, you have a Picasso, I got a Picasso. We can hang out now. We're the same people. You're going to miss out on being part of, you know, Poke royalty, the Duke and the Duchess. There was always hierarchies in societies, and the hierarchies are going to look kind of like this in the future. It's not going to just be money anymore. People are going to wonder, what's your swag? They're going to say, what's your collection look like? And I don't think that'll be true for the whole entire world, but it will be true within the group of collectors that are actually playing the game. You know, they're trying to win. And so I've done a very good thing for myself here. I picked out some cards that are going to get me into a nice group of people who can own these cards, because it's an exclusive group. Everyone doesn't get to own these. Now, you guys can get into the group as well, but it's going to get harder and harder over time to get a good one. You might get a 9, you might get an 8. And it's still going to look good over time if you have a nice collection put together, but your chance to get this Umbreon's disappearingly small, right? Like when we host a Sandstorm break, you have a very minuscule chance to pick up this Umbreon. It might show up as the reverse holo, and it might grade 10, and then there would be 26 of them in the world. So this is what Pokemon cards are going to do. It's not always about the money itself. It's about, you know, are you a Poke celebrity? Are you a celebrity within the group collecting these cards? This is what I recognized very early on with Pokemon card collecting. It's the same thing as Lord of the Rings. There's one ring to rule them all, basically. The idea that you can have an item in this world that gives you like power or influence is a real thing. That's why the Lord of the Rings is so relatable. It's the everyone wants this particular possession. And that's what's occurring with Pokemon cards. There's nothing to dethrone it. There's nothing like it. It's just standing all by itself. A game based around the idea of collecting. There's nothing like it. Pal World is a copycat. Digimon doesn't stand up to it. Yu-Gi-Oh! Doesn't stand up to it. Final Fantasy doesn't stand up to it. Dragon Ball doesn't stand up to it. There's nothing even close. One Piece is probably, based on sales, One Piece is probably the closest thing, and it's not even within the same ballpark when you consider like the $16 million Illustrator and this 30 years of really good Pokemon cards coming out, right? Like this card's old. This card's from 1999. That's 27 years old, guys, or I think it's 27. That's really old. And so nothing's going to come close to Pokemon, and it will continue to be the premier thing to hold in this world. What are people going to collect? Expensive homes, expensive vehicles, hot girlfriends, and Pokemon cards. And it sounds super nerdy, but that's just what's going to happen. It's because there's nothing to replace it. There's nothing. You could collect Picasso paintings, I guess. That's not cool anymore. People's social medias aren't blowing up over Picasso paintings. In the future, you will pay a museum ticket to go look and maybe to touch unbelievably rare Pokemon cards. That's what the future is going to look like. In the future, you will pay a $100 museum ticket to go maybe pick up the most valuable Pokemon cards in the world. Maybe you pay a $100 museum ticket, and the guy who owns that Illustrator 10, the Logan Paul one, lets you come in and hold that Pikachu. But you got to pay to do that. Or you better be his best friend. And do you see what I'm saying? So these best friend circles, that's like the Dukes and the Duchesses all over again. You don't get to touch that card unless you're his friend now. And so that's what's going to happen over time with these cards. And it's going to be a whole thing. It's going to be, you know, it's not necessarily going to get rid of the Mona Lisa and Picasso paintings, but it's its own thing now. It's a real thing. It turned out in the past, people collected diamonds and gold. And in the future, they're not going to do that anymore. It's just not as exciting anymore. Like diamond and gold got a value, but they're a commodity. The thing that had emotional impact on you, almost like the way a religion can have emotional impact, right? The religions are stories. Pokemon's a story. You played it when you were a kid. Brands have all the power now. It's all about brand now. Brands, stories, and brands. That's where it's all heading. I know it's where it's heading, and I've been right the whole time to just buy a ton of this and hold a ton of this. Here's Cody Sabering, Metalzard. I got you, man. And I'll probably be hosting these breaks till I'm very old because I like hosting them. And I like thinking that I'm helping somebody obtain one of these cards maybe for 40 bucks. You're delusional, bro. I guess so. I could be wrong. What do you guys think? What if I was wrong? What if Pokemon goes to zero and we throw it all away? You know what could go to zero? The dollar. The dollar could go to zero. It really could. You know what could go to zero? Bitcoin could actually go to zero. Nobody is watching Bitcoin on TV. No one's playing a video game where they're falling in love with Bitcoin. You know what people fall in love with? Pikachu. They fall in love with Charmander. They fall in love with Squirtle, with Bulbasaur. That's what people fall in love with. So those nostalgic feelings, the cultural value of Pokemon cards come very close to the religious power that you get from going to church when you're a kid or Santa Claus when you're a kid. You know, that kind of stuff has extremely strong, lasting pull in the minds of your little mechanical brains. Cards have no intrinsic value. Yeah, dollars have no intrinsic value. It's a piece of paper. And then a guy with the gun who says, take this piece of paper and use it. Nothing has value. The gold is just a shiny yellow metal rock. The Mona Lisa is just a painting with painting oils. That's all it is. It's just some guy went down and went do-do-do-do-do. It's going to be Pokemon. I know it. I'm sure of it. 6 says Metal Zard. This is me going, big connect. But it's where I'm placing my bet. Everyone's placing a bet in this world. I placed my bet on Pokemon to the 10th degree, all the way to the top. I didn't pay off my homes. I didn't pay off my student loan. I didn't invest heavily into the stock market. I sold my stock. I sold my stocks. And I sold my Bitcoin, and I went deep on Pokemon. And I'm probably a millionaire now. I'm pretty sure I'm a millionaire just from Pokemon right now. If they keep even half of their last sold value, I think I'm a millionaire. Like, how can these two be 200,000 right here in my hand? That's 200,000. That's 275. That's 275. Legendary collection last sold for 100. This is 375. This sold for like 80,000 last. This is like 440 or something like that. This last sold for 100. That's 540. So you got 540 here. That's 540. Who knows what this guy's worth? Okay, so but you get the idea. And I've got more cards like this. I'm not going to stack them up to 1 million right now. It's just kind of silly, but if I stack them up to 1 million and then they fall in value by half, well, then I'm holding a 500,000. That's still pretty good. And it's just kind of crazy now. It's really crazy. I'm pretty sure Mr. has at least 10 million in cards. I don't think I have 10 million in cards. Do I have 1 million in cards now? I think I do. I think I reached my goal of making 1 million in Pokemon cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're actually at 11. So there's 4 spots left on Charizard. Oh, yeah. Mamma mia. Here it is. The new money spread. It's a new thing, and it's not going away. It's reached this critical threshold where it doesn't even have to be about the cards anymore. Like, have you ever thought about the world of fine art? How sometimes you look at it and you're like, that's goofy as hell. How do rich people get off on buying this ugly painting? Because it's no longer just about the painting. It's about the market. They're actually playing a market game. So they just love being in a market. You can actually enjoy trading stuff back and forth. That's why a video game can be about trading stuff, like the RuneScape's Grand Exchange. You can just sit there and play the Grand Exchange all day. That's a game. So Pokemon cards and collectibles in general are beyond just how they look anymore. Now it's a market. People enjoy being in the market. Here's Team Rocket Grunt, another spot in the Zard before they're all gone. That's right. And it's just not going backwards. It's not going to go backwards from here. We have discovered something in our society. It's like when we first invented brands in the first place. Once upon a time, there were no brands. And then we discovered something new about society. We love brands. We love Pokemon, and we love Mickey Mouse, and we love Star Wars, and we love Lord of the Rings. We love stories. We love brands. It's one of the only things that actually matter to humanity. Art is all that matters in the end. You think it's money, but once you have all the money, you buy art with the money. Once you already own the yacht, once you already own a house, once you already have your wife and then your your Mexican maid who you have a son with who becomes a bodybuilder who's actually pretty impressive and looks kind of like you. Once you're past that point, the only thing you have left in life to do, politics, religion, and art. That's all you have left. There's nothing left after that point. So you better get on it. Here's Mr. Danny Fachitafong. He says, hello, Mr. One Box of Sneaker Bunker Volume 2. Oh, sweet. All right, let me go grab it. All right. Now, could the Pokemon market currently be overvalued? That is actually possible. People run out of money. So it could be overvalued. But I don't want to time the market. I don't want to do that because I think it requires too much luck. All right. I want to be like Warren Buffett. I'm just going to keep buying all the time. Here we are. All right. So, what do we got? Ooh. Let's see. Ooh, we got the Sword Girl. Excuse me. 3 more in the Zard break. Who's going in? Yeah, he's a good one, man. Finite number of those metal Charizards, guys. They're done printing those for sure. We are. Whether it's an 8, a 9, a 10, a raw one, they're done printing those. Let's see. We've got... Why do you think I bought that Gold Star Gyarados today? I bought another Gold Star Gyarados. It was a 6. And over the weekend, I bought Ditto Delta Species. And they might be overpriced. They very well may be. And it just won't matter. It won't matter. There you are. Boop. Now, what we got? People sometimes say stuff like, oh, well, what about Beanie Babies? Beanie Babies proves how bad there's a desire for a good market. That's what Beanie Baby proves. But Beanie Baby didn't have a television show, did it? Beanie Babies didn't have an anime, did it? Yeah, a manga or whatever it's called. Beanie Babies didn't have a video game, did it? Beanie Babies didn't have any story at all. Beanie Babies was completely storyless. And despite all that, it still blew up for a while. That shows you how bad humans wish there was a market where there was something culturally relevant to trade with each other. And so it was a bad market, obviously. Kind of like how I predicted MetaZoo would fall. MetaZoo was an easy one because there was no nostalgia yet. So people were trading MetaZoo at Pokemon prices, but without 25 proven years of nostalgia. It was too early. So 25 years later, MetaZoo might get valuable, but not right now. It's too early. And MetaZoo has to produce those other things, I think. They have to go on to produce a TV show or a manga. So you look at some of the successful brands like Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z has been around for 30 years, and they produced a TV show and a manga. Simple. It's about stories. It's about stories, about cultural relevancy. It's a cultural currency. I was going to write a book on all these thoughts I have. I was going to write a book out of all these thoughts, but I don't know. I feel like it's just writing about why I justify buying my Pokemon cards. So, but all I do is just go live and talk about it with you instead. I actually started writing a book one day, and then I'm like, you know what? Does anyone even read anymore? I don't even know if people read. Maybe someone does. Some nerd! Whoa, look at the jacket guy. Beanie Babies had a TCG with numbered cards. Did they really? That's funny. There it is. Well, they're trying to use the mechanics that make you money as a product, but without the undergirding, without the root cause of the collecting. We are. Why do you think people want to collect Luffy? Do you think it's just because they like the way he looks? Do you think it's because they printed a card with his face on it? No, it's because they watched the story and they developed a sort of imaginatory relationship with him as a symbol. He's symbolic to them in their minds. They identify with him, or maybe they don't identify directly with him, but he becomes like a foil for their own identity. So, he becomes almost like a friend or a family member in a pseudo imaginary world kind of way, But those are important things. It's why religion is so powerful. Like, people care about the symbol of Jesus Christ on the cross. Yeah, because stories work on humans. Mr. Danny. Oh, Danny. Sweet, sweet Danny. And another culture has a different version of that story, and it's a different dude with a different name. And heaven forbid you try to abuse them of that belief system. They'll say, hell no, bro. We're going to fight to the last man rather than give up our stories. So stories are very powerful, and brands have developed new stories. Ooh, for fun. I actually think in a way it's much nicer than the old stories like, yeah, and then Zeus struck him down. I think our modern stories are a lot nicer in certain ways. They're a lot more calm or something. A little less crazy. Based on our new reality. Asian is Jesus in Narnia. Aslan is Jesus in Narnia. I see that now. Luffy isn't even that strong, just plot armor. Just finished some TMNT comics. What about comics? Yeah, well, take a look at this. Let me show you something. Let me show you a product that sold pretty well for us. We haven't opened one in like a week, but the day it came out, it did pretty well. We sold a nice chunk of them. And they're still for sale, by the way. How about that? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, right? That was a comic, was it not? So people are going to collect Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's a thing. You're going to go to Comic-Con. Did you guys see the Kansas City anime convention? And it was like 10 million people went there, some giant number. I don't remember how many people it was. But you had like a wait time to get into the building that was like 5 hours long. And they were showing this massive line outside the building. It was like just miles long line. it just shows you where we're heading as a society. The competition now is to write the best story and to write the best characters and to create a sort of like universe that people want to, spend their time thinking about or spend their time enjoying. And so that's where humans are heading in terms of entertainment, culture, and what matters to them, right? Danny with the D, let's grab your bag. So you look at those conventions and you go, oh, collecting's going nowhere. We're in the early years, guys. We're young in the early years. We don't appreciate that because, again, I think most people don't have the imagination I have. I have a 30-year long imagination. I like to try and imagine 30 years from now. That's what I've always been like. Even when I was younger, I was that way. When I was like 15, I was like, I wonder how I'm going to save up for retirement. I was thinking that way already. So I'm some kind of guy that likes to think about the next 30 years. I've always been that way. And so I look at these cards and I go, what's happening in 30 years? Oh, we're at the very beginning of this, and there's going to be some kid born into this world, and he's going to look at some old man at me and be like, damn, how'd that guy get all the good cards? Because I was born first, bitch, because I'm old. And 30 years later, that kid's going to be wishing to collect cards, and he's not going to be able to afford the right ones, obviously. And it's how the world is for me and you right now as millennials. We look at the world right now and we go, oh man, this guy owns all the Amazon stock. Oh man, this guy owns all the Microsoft stock. They've got a yacht. How did he do that? Well, because in their young years, they were working on something that was very special, and it wasn't going to be super clear until later, but it became clear over time. So when you want to buy something that has a chance to transform your life, when you want to invest in something that could transform your life, you can't buy the stuff that all the boomers already bought. That stuff has already been it's already reaching its mature product life cycle. And Pokemon, the question is it in its mature end of the cycle or the early years? Good question. It's in the early years. So obvious. Record sales. Pokopia, best Pokemon game to date. It's got like perfect scores. Pokopia. We're in the early years, guys. We're the boomers. We're going to be 80, and they're going to be like, oh yeah, those were the guys who played Gen 1. That's how they're going to look at us. We're in the early years somehow. NHCC says, jump me in that double celebrate. You got it, man. We're somehow, and again, people just don't have the imagination to see themselves as old. We are somehow the first wave of people who get a shot at collecting these early cards, or, even Sword and Shield's going to be considered old in 10 years, right? So we get a whack at it before all the young ones are born. And they're going to be collecting too, because they're going to be the same humans, hopefully. 13. Wow, let's double count that. It's amazing. We have such an advantage right now. You have no clue what an advantage these cards are for you right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We're at 13. We have such an advantage to be able to collect the rarest cards in the world before the collectibles hobby matures even further. I got the hardbound collection and the lost chapters to read back to back. Just finished the IDW collection. I'll start a holy war if anyone talks bad about my boy Luffy. That's right. The Holy Land, which will be like Comic-Con or something. Here's Snorlax, and here's Redo Healer. Hey, this is actually almost over. I didn't even notice that. So there's a Redo Healer. It's at a 7 out of 11. Oscar Resendez, 2 spots in the Metal Charizard. This is almost done. So people were very interested in this one. All right. This is Advanced Wars music playing in the background. You know what card set I would love to see made? I wish somebody would make a card set for Dark Souls, man. I'd collect the hell out of that. Love Dark Souls. One of the best games. They don't need to know. We ain't got nothing to prove till you try me for my slab case. Then we gonna see. I fully agree with you, mister. People who tell me Pokemon cards are dumb and don't have value are the same people who put all their faith in the dollar. Cards are just paper. Well, so is money. I wouldn't even compare it to the dollar. The dollar is just what you transact in. A long time ago, a real long time ago, someone paid $40,000 for the Mona Lisa. And people probably looked at him like he was effing retarded. They probably looked at him like, wow, how dumb are you? $40,000 for the Mona Lisa? Bro, it's an old painting. And now the Mona Lisa is $40 bazillion. I don't even know what it's worth. What do you think the Mona Lisa is worth now? But back then, people didn't understand what was going on. They did not get it. They did not get it. It wasn't clicking in their minds how nothing really matters at all. And almost the only thing that matters is identity. And art gives you identity. Art gives you identity. It gives you the heavens, you know? What matters to us more than our identity as a people and our memories and our ability to feel okay? Nothing matters more than that. Why do you go to work every day? Do you go to work because you like looking at the dollar bill? You don't like looking at it. You like spending it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, we're deep. 15. Good luck to everybody. Now, one person walks away with the Charizard. That's the nature of the breaks. They're very devious that way. We got a star spot. Okay. That's what's good and bad about the breaks is one guy's going to be very happy in a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Here it is. Ah, did I miss another one? Sell me some credit, mister. No! No problem. Well, we got to pick out another break right after this, okay? We got to pick out another break. And it's my job to make sure we have good breaks only. I'm here to help you get a shot at acquiring something big. So someone's about to acquire a nice big card. All right. Yeah, I'm all in on Pokemon. I'm still all in. I was kind of sad to see TCA Gaming selling off some of his cards, but I think I get it. You know, I think there's a point where you have to consider selling some of them. Like maybe it's actually a security risk owning too many cards. What I did was I sent some of the cards off to PSA Vault. But also, I guess, you know, if you send some of your cards and convert them into money, you can buy like a new house or something, and you have maybe a better place to store your cards in a new house, or maybe you just want to live a little bit of life. But I'm all in on Pokemon. I don't see myself going backwards. There it is. We're going to see where it goes. You guys should see some of my Instagram views on some of the videos I post, how many thousands of views they get. I think Mike's side posted a video the other day that got just now 40,000 views. And it's like, you got to understand how big of a deal that is to get. I mean, and that's not even good. Some people get like 1 million. Some people get like 100,000 views. Like I'm a small fry in some ways. But you got to understand that's like the most valuable thing in society now. If you're the one with the views, then you're the one who gets to sell the advertising. You're the one who gets to talk about, you know, hey, we're doing a thing over here that matters. You're the one who gets to shout people out, or somebody approaches you and says, will you make content on my platform? Or, you know, and all of that's not deriding from my handsome, devilishly good looks, but because I simply own the right thing in this world. What a powerful idea. It's exactly like the Lord of the Rings. You owned the right thing in this world, and it gave you all that. Crazy. 10 barrels of oil or Charizard. I'm going to go with Charizard. You can have the oil. The oil's not a bad thing. It's same with gold, same with, you know, same with silver, same with dollar bills. But there is something changing in value the fastest in society, and society has acted in a predictable way. It's the art. All right, give me a number. What we got? Thankfully, I have dupes. Yeah, I've been tempted to sell one of the legendary Zards. I have 3 of them. I wouldn't mind selling one and then just having lots of tax money laying around. 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. All right, and now, what do we got here? There we go. You know, it's crazy. Another thing I was predicting in the past, Google was actually talking about it. I said one of the reasons I was scared of crypto, which is just peer-to-peer transactions. That's all it is, really. We've always had software transactions for currency. Digital currency has existed for a long time. PayPal is digital currency. They have some of the most advanced encryption in the world. PayPal does. Like, you're not just going to hack PayPal. Right, so people talk about how good Bitcoin is and all that, and to me, it's like, okay, so it's bear share. It's bear share meets transacting with the token. Cool. And now you got Google coming out saying quantum computing is going to hack Bitcoin. What? Damn, dude, that was an actual article from Google. They're saying Bitcoin is vulnerable to quantum computing hacking. Who was talking about that? I was. That was me. I was talking about that. I knew that was a thing worth talking about and thinking about. What's the actual security in the crypto market? And think about all the money in the crypto market from all the crypto bros right now. There's a lot of crypto bros. These are ambitious guys, smart guys who want to buy the correct thing in society. How much money is sitting in crypto that could end up in Pokemon in the next 10 years as people go, wait a second, crypto can be hacked, or it's too saturated, or the opportunities have moved on, or the governments have actually regulated them pretty harshly, or, you know, the story on crypto is not going the way it should, or I'm tired of being rug pulled every second of every single day. You know, rug pull dot scam. And then they go, you know what? I want a Charizard. I'm tired of this. I want at least one Charizard. So there's a lot of money in there. And I think there's a lot of society that hasn't woken up to the reality that art and collectibles are still a thing and it's worth looking into. Give me a number. I believe digital currency is the future, but not crypto specifically. I have this theory that there's going to be like a Fed dollar, like a digital Fed dollar, and they're going to do the same thing China did. They're going to go full digital. I think that's probably the future of currency for the U.S. anyways. Jacob says 2, 1, 2. All right, let's see what we got. Good luck, you guys. Okay, we got Miss 6. Boop. Sorry, 6. You got the Gengar today, but not the big snipe. Here's Oscar. Sorry, Oscar. Hey, Mister, Mega Charizard XEX PFL, sell or hold? XEX? Are you talking about the new one? Again, if there's like a big market bear that shows up and Pokemon starts crashing, those like modern... Oh, konnichiwa, Mr. Oscar. You're doing really well in these breaks, Oscar. I don't know how you're doing it. You're doing really well. All right, let's make sure these line up, though. Here's TRG. You were right next to it. Oh, you were so close, bro. All right, that's a miss, TRG. What tends to happen in a bear market is anything that was really high pop tends to go down. High pop cards tend to go down in a bear market. I'm sharing these are valuable details, by the way. I think you would normally have to like pay money to consult with a actual like financial advisor to be able to make good predictions in a market. But this is valuable information. When there's a bear market, things that were already overpopulated tend to go down because there's many sellers, and the sellers, some of them are desperate to get out of it. So I would bet that Charizard has a strong potential to move downward, along with many other cards that were just printed in the Scarlet Violet era. Now, they also have a lot of potential to go up. The modern cards tend to be much cheaper than the extremely inaffordable. There it is, Jeff Leon pulling the star card. Hey, that's good for you. You're actually going into a set you might like because the Waifu card is the current break. Here's a cold one, and here's NHCC. There it is. The end of the Metal Charizard break. Jeff Leon and Oscar Resendez, everybody. But she was a Trini mixed Chinese Latina. What? What did you say? Yeah, cards with the high pop have a better ability to go downwards. That's why when I'm selling a card like Thick Wick, right? Like we got the Thicky Wicky, and she's like $1,000 card now. You know, when I picked up mine, I think it was like 200 or something like that. I always reference the population because it's a really rare card. It is. Even if you don't like Thick Wick, it just doesn't matter. She's rare. All right, here you go, Jeff. I believe, yeah, I used to lose money until I started watching 5 years ago. I used to be broke, and now I get a huge liquid collection and been able to sell stuff every few years and live nice. Really, that's crazy, man. Here's Jeff Leon. I have been enjoying the last year. Not only has my personal collection gone up, but I have had so many people reach out who said that I got them into it, or that they just did what I did or something like that and it worked out for them. So not only the Pokemon market becoming a winning market not only benefited me directly, but I get all this nice fan mail or just nice people stopping in and saying hi and telling me a story about, how they've done well now because they copied or that, you know, they heard me talking about it and affected them in some way. So it's fun to be nice, or it's fun to be right about something, and you get a lot of benefits from that. Okay, here we go. So I'm assuming you're trading back the duck. That's Psyduck. There you go. He's been through a lot of breaks. All right. I thought you were doing the Charizard. Yeah, we are doing the Charizard. The Charizard had a star spot in it. So now this is up to 8 out of 11. And Oscar Ascendus pulls the Charizard. It's actually Charizard and Pikachu. Holy, dude. All right. There we go. The best part about this is now we choose a new break. A new hope can begin. But remember to pace yourselves on these breaks if you can, because they are pretty harsh to miss. There we go. Here, let me pull this card set back. Wait, not this. NHCC, Joseph, Beatrice, Ivan, Cody, Jacob, Mark, TRG, Oscar, 6. So I'm going to choose somebody to go into the second chance box. Who's been having the toughest time? Not Ivan. He just pulled a Charizard. Mark J. Valerian, huh? Mark's very generous. I can't remember the last time he pulled one or the last time Jacob pulled one. Let's take a Jacob and a Mark card. We're putting them in the second chance bag. Here you guys go. All right. You guys are in the second chance bag. Cool, right? So Oscar Ascendus' order is complete. Dylan Chan says 6 of the Ninja Spinners. Dylan Chan. Here we go, Dylan. Let's get this box. By the way, if you're ever in a break that you don't really want the card, you can always trade it back to me for gold, for silver, for a different Pokemon card. You can have me put it up on consignment. We do consignment like crazy now, guys. Meet spinners coming. All right. There we go. Throwing that away. Now you are meant to receive this one, Mr. Dylan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, yes. All right. Yeah, there's so much temptation to sell the cards all the time. It's such a strong temptation, especially when a market is high like this. I'm going to go the Warren Buffett route. When the market's good, I'm going to buy more cards. When the market's bad, I'm going to buy more cards. No selling. Especially on cards I really don't want to sell. I've got to have an inventory, but because we're a card shop and we do breaks, but I buy cards that are not meant to be sold too. Ready? Ooh, metal. Crobat. I love this card, man. I'm going to have to order some of those Crobats. Cold. Daphne. Beedrill. And a cold one. That's Dylan Chan. Thank you, Dylan. TSA going private. You think? That'd be interesting. Is that in the news? Let's see. Didn't ICE come in and work for TSA for a little while? Because the Republicans and the Democrat are in some kind of deadlock where neither side will fund the government. There we go. Dylan Chan. Thank you, Dylan. Andrew Martin says, 1 rare candy. All right, so Andrew, we're going to be looking into picking a new rare candy out. All right. Don't go anywhere. All right, so let's do it now. We have such an inventory for breaks. Charizard, Quillfish, Some of these are cheaper. They're meant to be lightning breaks. Ooh, Charizard Collection 6, huh? That's actually Japanese Zapdos. Japanese Umbreon. That guy's always solid. All right, did you guys hear the English prismatic version was reaching like $5,000 in price? Pretty wild, huh? Jim Zapdos. Does Mr. have one of those tag grading promo codes? I do not have a tag promo code. Let's type in Japanese. Wow, this has gotten so expensive over time. This is a Team Rocket card. As you guys know, I'm a big Team Rocket fan. The Zapdos is in that range. I just don't know if people would go nuts on Zapdos. I think he would probably take a while, actually. And I like the high cert on this one. How did I even get that? We got a high cert on that. That cert is in the 10s, so that would have been after PSA changed their grading. All right. What else we got? Oh, man, that Rayquaza is so good every time. We got 2 of these Pichus, huh? Let me take a quick look at the Neo Pichu. You could do a $20 sublist like the Ray. Yeah, so with that card, if I could get away with doing a premium on that card, I would be more interested in hosting it. Wow, dude, this is a $1,200 card. I can't believe it. That's so wild. What do you guys think of this Pichu as a break? 1,200. What if we wanted to do 1340 or 1350? 33 spots for this Pichu. I just can't believe it. That's crazy. So I will consider this Pichu because I know for a fact I have 2 of them. So Pichu's being considered for the next rare candy would be a 33 spot. Let's write that down. 1 in 33. Okay, so he's a 1 in 33. Now the Zapdos is going to say 1,100. That just helps me understand the value on that Zapdos. I should be doing this. I should be writing their values down when I look them up. Here's a really interesting Umbreon you guys probably don't own. This is Heart Gold Soul Silver Umbreon. Umbreon. The card you want. He's called what? Reviving Legends? You had that for 800 2-3 weeks ago. Nuts. It's a crazy time period. This card is now 1,700. 1,700. He's not even eligible. This card's not eligible to be a rare candy. It's too expensive. Okay. Wow. So the Zapdos is possible. This is simply too expensive. He would need to be a mega break. It's a first edition. Ooh, that's a sight. So right now we've got Pichu and Zapdos as an option for rare candy. Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe we should run 2 mega breaks at this point because nowadays they're so expensive. All the rare cards are so expensive. You have to consider maybe you need to have 2 mega breaks so that people have 2 options for like really, really nice card, right? Let me jump back here. I'm putting together our options for the next rare candy break. This also helps me know what I got. This could easily be done. Ooh, an 8.5 Charizard could be done. That's probably a lightning break. Maybe this. I don't know what that's going for these days. Gold star. That's a smaller break. You know, there is a benefit to smaller breaks. I mean, who doesn't like a break to be over fast? Here's a Rayquaza. Here's a Chinese Gengar Mimikyu. That's kind of a big deal. Here's a vintage card. Vintage Blaine's Moltres. Here's also this Tyranitar. Liking that. What is this? Is this 9 or 10? This is an 8. Oh, man. We have a lot of options. We have a ton of options. So let's just pick something cool, you know, and just go with it. The Metalzard, Metal Pikachu is done. I think that Rayquaza would go crazy. This Shining Rayquaza. Look at that Shining Rayquaza. He's cool, man. Let's see. Rayquaza. 177A. Wow, wow, wow. This is for a rare candy? Yeah, this is a rare candy break. Rayquaza's doable. We're going to do Rayquaza, guys. I know this was a popular one before. Like, you guys voted on it a lot. Rayquaza it is. All right. He is still doable. He's actually from 2018, it says. Look at that, guys. 2018. Damn. Wonder why it says 2018. Should say 2019, I imagine. All right. You're looking at a 17-spot break with the star card. So he's very similar to the Metalzard in terms of spots. That's good. Let's put these back in here. Hey, I shake for him, okay, and still get privileges. We're doing a 17 spot on Rayquaza. All right. Says on Slab 19, but has a 2018 cert. Oh, yeah. The card itself says 2019. Isn't that funny? My God. A PSA, man. Okay. They're so crazy, dude. All right, so let's grab this. And we're going to say 41 in 17 star spot. There's the star spot. And grabbing this. Oh. Oh. Let's go ahead and call this the rare candy break. Good. Ta-da. Hey, I matter, NHCC. This guy matters a lot, man. All right. There we go. So Rayquaza is up now. We have the rare candy Rayquaza. Next up, we have Martin Ramirez, 5 Dreamlike Ocean. Yes, sir, Martin Ramirez. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that the Rayquaza is a real nice card. He's getting pretty old. 3 more years. That's a 10-year-old card. He's under $1,000. It's pretty neat. He's a Rayquaza, but he's also a Shining Rayquaza. To me, that one has the signs that it has potential, you know? Like, if you look at cards that went crazy over time, you know, pretty much any Shining Rayquaza goes crazy. So I like what I'm seeing with that one. Here's Furion. Here's Ulmia. It's Ulmia. And Steiner. Ooh, Steiner. There we go. Very nice. Let's grab all these. Out of everything else, he reads that. That's right. 1 Ulmia. Martin Ramirez. Thank you, Martin. How long have we been streaming? 144 minutes? Nice. Time flies. There we go. There's Marty. Here's Matthew, Matt, Mark. And Matthew, Mary, Matthew, Mark, Matt. New bag. He says it right in the order. New bag. And I searched all the boxes, Martin. Oh, man. There we are. By the way, if you guys have any cards you want me to sell for you, you can mail your cards in and I'll sell them on consignment. We do 75%. It's a nice, easy way to get rid of some cards that you don't feel like selling. You don't have to do any of the work. I'll do it for a fee. Okay, Martin Ramirez is done. Here's Mark J. Valerian. One more spot in the metal break. Mr. Mark, you're probably lucky that you missed that. Would you like me to place you into the next one? Okay, that's going to be 40. Here it is. Here's Andrew Martin. So we got two gentlemen who missed the metal break. People were going crazy on it. There was a run on the metal break. Now this time we've got Shiny Rayquaza. Let's take a look at this. You can put me in the Waifu Slab. Hell yeah, dude. Waifu Slab it is. You guys want to zoom on that? I remember how crazy people went for this card when it came out. Oh wow, there's like a bird in my wall. When this card first came out, people went truly nuts on this card. Just so beautiful. It actually, you could buy this ultra premium collection and it came with this big plastic Rayquaza statue. And I would sell that statue for like 30 bucks and it was like a pain in the butt to ship. And now I bet you that statue is worth a bunch of money as well. Here it is, Mark J. Valerian moving into the Weiss Schwartz Gunnar card. Any other slab breaks going on, says Mr. Brandon? Yes, we're always putting up new breaks, but this one's got 2 spots in it now. Andrew Martin. Let's see. Pristine Squirtle. There's your shot at a pristine Squirtle. Pretty rare. Here's the trade break. Oh, yes. All right. Hit refresh. We have an order from Mr. Luis Nunez. He says 2 at the NFL 5s. Oh, God, where do I store these? Is this a box of them back here, by the way? It is a box of them back here. Wow, covered in dust. 15 packs of Korean Blue Sky Stream, 2 packs of Metazu Kurumi. This is a very strange order. It's all disjointed, discombobulated. There we are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There we go. Very nice. That's going to be 15 packs of Blue Sky Stream, 2 packs of NFL 5, and 2 packs of Metazoo for our good friend, Mr. Luis Nunez. Ready? Here's NFL 5. Here's Blue Sky Stream. Here's Blue Sky Stream. And here's Blue Sky Stream. Snipping all these. All right. Swear, I remember this order. Ain't this his reg order? Who's reg order? Ready? What we got here? We've got Metacam, and he's got his little goofy ass head hat thing. What is that thing? Cold. Dragonite. That's Dragonite. Zinnia. Lando Butter. Here's Zappy. That's Mr. Tree. Here's Wishy Washy. Here's Reggie Geki. Cold. Here's Reggie Dwago. Here's picking up SR Gyarados. Yeah. All right. I know what you're going for. You're looking for Rayquaza VMAX Altart. I wish you had pulled it, man. I wish you had pulled it. I do wish. If you guys like trying the Korean cards, try the Korean Mega Dream set. It's $7.50. It's so much cheaper than Japanese Mega Dream, and it's so much cheaper than English Ascended Heroes. You can still go after that beautiful Gengar. Now, they're fun. They're not, you know, as high-end or premium as English, but they're fun. When people say they can't afford cards, what they mean to say is they just don't want any Korean cards. That's what they mean. I can't afford them. All right, Korean cards are like $2 a pack. I don't want them. Oh, I see how it is. Same product, authentic Nintendo cards, same exact thing, but you don't like it because it's Korean, huh? I see how it is. Here's Metazoo. What do we got with this Metazoos? Here's a little chibi Mothman. Here's a little Kurumi. She having her dreams eaten. Medicam low-key racist look. I agree, man. Medicam low-key looking kind of racist, if you ask me. All right. Ooh. This set's been doing well for years, man. We sell through this set. Have you noticed that? It takes a while, but Metazoo, Hello Kitty sells through every time. All right, that's going to be your order. Luis Nunez, let's go find your bag. Wait, why is this over here? This should be here, right in the middle. That's the new break, the Rayquaza Heartbreak. We have a new we have a new pack split as well. It is Jungle Pack Split. So we went from Jungle Pack Split 1 to Jungle Pack Split number 2. Why did we do that? Because I like the Jungle Pack Split so much. No, mister. I want PSA 10 Charizard, Gengar, and only in English. And you have to give me your last sold price. It has to be at last sold or I don't want it. There we go. Only English, only PSA. What? I always found it really funny when Louis tells me that, because some of my very best cards have been Japanese cards. Like, Japanese cards are okay, I promise. Like, they're not going to bite you, dude. They are all right. Like, have you looked at, for example, Japanese Expedition Tyranitar? I was buying him for $800. Now he's like $6,000 or some crazy number. Luis Nunez, new bag, new bag. Did he say new bag? He didn't say new bag. What the hell? This bag is from 624. That's coming off the table. No, lower than last sold. Right, you need to give me a bargain because this is a direct deal, you know. It's like, you're asking the wrong guy, man. There you go. He needs to go find something called a motivated seller. Somebody who's just looking to get out of it. Maybe somebody who has a catastrophe going on in life, or somebody who's gotten bored with the trading game. 4.26. I'm bought from you before, you know. Yeah, that's right. New bag time. You got it, man. What did Layman Eisenhart leave for me? 624. You want to see what you left behind? Let's see what you left behind. Well, wiggle it. Wiggle it. Okay. Oh, that's kind of good. He did leave one good card behind. It's off center. It's just the mask. Frostlass. Oh, he has 2 of them. That would explain why his bag has been left alone for 2 years. Look, we're in the month of April, right? Well, in 2 months, 2 complete years will be done on this bag. I don't think this guy's coming back. We're getting him off the table. 2 years is long enough. You're entitled to 1 year, but 2 years is long enough. Here's Mr. Joseph Smith. The reason we pulled it back is because the box is full. There's no more room in that box. That's why we did it. The box was completely full. 2 Poke Shuffles. So hopefully if you're going to abandon a bag, hopefully you abandon it in a box that doesn't move very often, a box that's real slow and never fills up. Because if you're in a box that fills up all the time, I'm gonna take that abandoned bag out. All right, Joseph Smith. Ah, Lugia. What? Joseph Smith, you can't just be pulling Lugias, bro. All right, Lugia 017. T10 Lugia. What is that going to be even? Lugia, huh? Oh, okay. No, it's a decent little card, though. Look at that Lugia. $45. What are we doing, Joseph Smith? Selling or re-rolling? You got tag 10 Lugia. Are you back to streaming at night? A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. You know, we were streaming in the daytime, and you know what was happening? We found that the stream was pushing its way up to like 8 p.m. That's what I found. So, like, we would start a little bit later, we would end a little bit later, and it was just constantly happening. And what I realized was I'm streaming right in the middle of when we should be hanging out. She gets off at 5, and she goes to bed at 10. How can I be streaming all the way up to 8 p.m.? That means we get 2 hours left together. It's just crazy. And so now we're trying a new schedule. We're trying another thing again. Seems that I'm starting at 12 or 11, and I'm ending at 3. That's the current schedule. And then I have to go to bed by 4. That's the rule. And then if I go to bed by 4, I'm awake by like 12. It's still not very good, is it? It cuts into the daytime on the weekend, so we'll have to see. Oh, mister, by the way, speaking of Lugia, I traded away the PSA 10 Alt Lugia I won from you. The PSA 10 Alternative Art Lugia. Did you really? Did you get a good trade at least? We keeping? He says reroll. Oh, reroll. You got it, bro. So you will get a $40 reroll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He goes back in for 45, which is what you pulled him on. But this time, he'll be marked down by 40. He'll be marked down to 40. And you'll receive $40 worth of rerolls, which is 8. So you bought 2 spots, and now you're getting 8 spots. Good luck in there. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 8 it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're pulling Nido Queen, tag 9. Ready? I know that one. We were just looking at it. Was it an improvement? I think you're breaking even here. Oh, yes. You once again pull a $45 value card. Now, but this one's actually a vintage card. But it's not a 10, it's a 9. So now you have a vintage card, but it's a 9. What are we doing with your vintage Nido Queen? Oh, mister, by the way, Cash Money. I bought from you before. I like the exclusive Japanese cards. No, lower than last sold. Yeah. Yeah, Louis drives a hard bargain, but I guess I'll just give him everything he wants. We are. You know, the way he would talk about it, he would talk like I have a secret stash just waiting for the good customers or something, like as if I keep all the good deals away from you guys until somebody comes up and tells me, hey, where's the good deal? I will re-roll. All right, re-roll time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Going back in for 9. The card shall click down to $40 in value. And your re-roll should be $40. Good luck in there. 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whoop. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No! I'm sorry, bro. That sucks. Rerolling is a dangerous life. Only the good die young or something like that. All right. I'm rolling away. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do. No, classic house always wins. It's just got to be that way. I'm here to make a paycheck. It's the fact. You're right. I'm here to make a paycheck. But that's how you got your paycheck, right? So you get a paycheck because you're here spending money, right? You got your paycheck because you work at company ABC. Company ABC is the house. They make profit when they sell something, and then they share the profit with you. So your whole paycheck is the extra money that a customer paid for a thing, like Taco Bell. I buy a taco for $5. It costs Taco Bell 10 cents to make the taco. So all the rest of the money, the $4.90 is split between the shareholder, the CEO, the district manager, the franchise owner, the shift manager, and then the taco maker. You all get a cut of that. That's your paycheck, is all that extra money that they baked into the cost of the taco. So you could be like, hey, wait a second, that taco only cost you 10 cents. It's like, and you're going to buy it for 5. And you go, all right, you can have my money, Taco Bell, because you like Taco Bell. Taco Bell's nice to you. I think I'd be sad if Taco Bell went under, as bad as it is. Speaking of bad, yesterday, Karis was feeling maybe a little overworked, a little tired, a little fatigued. I took her to a brand new coffee shop that's open out here in Camdenton, Missouri. We've actually got 2 new coffee shops in like a year in Lake of the Ozarks, Camdenton, Missouri. And got her a big mocha frappy. And man, she loved it. It was this big, sweet, juicy coffee, iced coffee drink. And I had a sip of it. And I was like, this is just pure sugar, man. But it's crazy how something that can be so unhealthy can make you feel so good. I guess it's unhealthy, But the doctor told her to actually gain 10 pounds, as crazy as that sounds. They said, you got to gain weight. Here's Jonas. He says, Pokey Shuffles. The doctor was speculating why that transfer didn't work, and he said, maybe you need to gain 10 pounds. Too skinny. Here we go. All right. Apparently your body can do like some signaling if you don't have enough body weight. Oh, this is Radiohead. We can't be listening to that. That'll get us in trouble. Did you ping? I think I pinged. All right, Pokey Shuffle time for Jonas Gordon. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the best-selling product on the menu. Pokey Shuffles is buy 10, get 1 free. Ta-da! 4 cold ones this time, Mr. Jonas. All right, sorry, Jonas. Sorry. This is the best product on the menu. These breaks. Now, see, this isn't like a Pokey Shuffle. The buy-in is much higher, and your odds are tough. But when you pull this, you walk away with like a $500 slab. It's crazy, Because I didn't get a ping. Did you really? We moved the ping in the actual server. It's in a channel called Feed. It's called Feed now. We also have another channel called Leaderboards. Pretty cool, huh? All right. DHL, demand on delivery. Express shipment with waybill number. Delete, delete, delete. Skadooby-dooby-doo. I'm closing this. I'm hitting refresh on this. We still got a little bit of time left together, guys. It's 3:30. Man, that is pretty late, actually. But we've only put in 160 minutes. I feel like we should get a full 3 hours, shouldn't we? Look at that Clefable. Clefable. Oh my God, this Clefable looks so hot, bro. How do I ask her out on a date? Hey, baby, you looking for a boyfriend? Next shipping day? It's not gonna be for a while. The next shipping day is Friday. You could probably tip me, I don't know, tip me like $4 or something. Maybe I'll do it. I like to make Alexis do it. We are. Alexis has had a pretty interesting story the last couple of days. Her car got impounded by the police. She came in and told us about it. Her car got impounded because the previous owner is under investigation for a missing person. How about that? What do you guys think of that? But she just got it back today. So I wonder what they found, though. Let's see. Clefable 014. And he goes, what? That's right, Pikachu. She probably would have more fun telling you the story than me. She's like, wait, I'd tell it. Okay, let's go to lowest. What? Yeah. She sent me pictures and everything of it locked up at the police officer's place. So we are going to be pricing this lovely Clefable for 65. Lechonk carnitas. The previous owner was some guy. It was an old man, and his grandson was using the car. And I guess his grandson was like, you know, a prolific, like maybe like drug user or something like that. And his grandson had friends who he did drugs with. And one of these guys who he did drugs with has disappeared. And it's been 4 years since he disappeared. And now they are suspecting something bad might have happened. And so now they're investigating that thing. And it turned out the car that Alexis's mother-in-law had purchased was the vehicle of the grandfather of the grandson who had done the drugs with the guy who went missing. So that's why it's under investigation. And maybe they're hoping to find something in the carpets or something. I don't know. They're trying to find out where this guy went. But it's looking like he might be dead. It's actually in the news out here in Lake of the Ozarks. Yeah, it's in the news. We are. Look at that. Alexis did it. Foul play. That sounds like something I hear at work and I have to read over it. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. It is. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. But it's a young man, went missing 4 years ago. He hasn't contacted his family. He hasn't contacted his friends. And he hung out with this guy. And this guy would drive that car. But it wasn't even his car. It was his grandfather's car. And that guy's in jail now. So not the grandfather, the grandson. He's in jail now, I guess. And they're trying to find out where this guy went missing at. The theory is that maybe he overdosed or something. I guess that's the speculative rumor. It's a rumor. It's not an allegation. But because that vehicle was owned by that grandfather, they decided to impound it and maybe like run blood tests or something to see if anything shows up. Boop. How about that? How's that for a story? You guys didn't expect that. I'm going to put this card right into the Poke Shuffles. Anyways, she just got that car back today, though. Can I buy the Clefable? Yes, you can. You can buy it when you pull it out of the Poke Shuffles. Yeah, you could probably buy it. If you send in for it right now, I'll let you buy it. Made a Halo order. One spot in the Rayquaza. Mr. Rigoberto Gil is breaking the ice. Rayquaza. Good luck in there, man. Where'd the bag for the rare candy go? Is it still over here? That's crazy, bro. Anyways, that's why she was late for shipping that other night. She didn't have a car. Okay. She could not come in to do the shipping because she had to get a lift. Free Alexas. Hashtag. Here we are. All right. Show me the brakes and I'll run this credit. The new brake is that Rayquaza. That's the new one, okay? So we got Rayquaza, Snorlax. He's pretty cool. One person in there. Trade Gyarados. Redo Healer is at 9 out of 11. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Redo Healer. Let's put this up here. Oh, I see. I saved the bag up here. Now I've got 2 bags. Let's throw away the newer bag. First in hasn't given me any blessings. I'm sorry. Somebody got a blessing today. We were talking about the war, right? We were having a little argument about the war in Iran. And right in the middle of that argument, Mr. Jonathan pulls that Umbreon. What a crazy moment in the stream. Here's... Bazoinks. I'm superstitious now. We've got Andy Valdez. He wants the Clefable Slab. All right, you can have it. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right, so there's 13. I believe is the correct amount to remove. This goes back to the back of the box. We throw this away. This says Andy Valdez on it. Okay. I'm not superstitious, but I'm a little stitious. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, we're closing all those. I'm checking the website. Are you calling the Umbreon epic? Yes. Here's... I believe we already did that order. Here is Jonas Gordon. 1 upper deck and 2 of the Poke Shuffles. 2 Poke Shuffles. You got it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. All right. Oh, to the oldest break. Cannot be re-rolled. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There you go. Good luck in there. It was crazy. I was just thinking about that card. I was like, I wonder where that card is. Jonas Gordon, because it doesn't get pulled very often. That's 10 out of 11. Redo Healer has a single spot remaining. I think at this point, Redo Healer shall no longer be the star receiver. It will move on to the manga. So there's 1 spot for sale in there, and it ends the break. Now, let's get your Halo pack. All right, here it is. How it's so vanilla and basic with a pop of like 16K. What? Oh, you're talking about the prismatic Umbreon? I own one. I like it. Do you have one? I own one. Where'd he go? Listen, man, you either own one or you don't own one. That's what it comes down to. It's a club, and to be in it, you got to own one. I don't know where I put mine. Okay, here goes. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? That's the opposite of epic. Here's this guy. Well, there's 100,000 McDonald's Pikachus, and I still want those. Hunter. Look at that Hunter. UNSC Cruiser. Dooby-dooby-doo, dooby-dooby-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Mark my words, if McDonald's does not release a copy of that McDonald's Pikachu in English, that card is way underpriced. It's going to jump to 100, then to 150, and then there's going to be lots of FOMO at that point. But that's only if they don't release an English version. They have to not release an English version, which is pretty big news. Meow, 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 meow. What the binder looks like. The binder break. Thank you, Mr. Jonas. All right, we gotta get some more cards in this binder break, guys. What do you think of that? Here it is. So we got some of these. Little Pikachu, Druddigon, Gengar, Knocked Out, Charmander, Mewtwo, Horsey. The Horsey's actually from the yellow deck. Farfetch'd. He seems like he'd make a good Farfetch'd roast. Zapdos. The thing about Farfetch'd is he comes with an onion, so he's all ready to be cooked. Here's Ice-Cube, Natu, Tyranitar, and then a whole bunch of the... I think that's a complete collection of the Trick-or-Trades. A couple of these tops. Frostlass, Mr. Mime. And then just a whole bunch of crap. Tons of it, actually. Certainly something in there is going to be worth grading. I'll run my 40 credit for the binder break. All right, you got it, bro. 1 in the binder break, everybody. Ah, there we have it. Binder break, making some binder break progress. Actually, didn't we just take a bag off the table? What we got in here? Maybe we add something from here to the binder break. That's what we're all about. Let's add this Dawn Fan. You can have this. That's junk. Oh, Gambit. That's pretty cool. I'm worried about making it too expensive. I'm going to add the Wiglet ultimately. So I'm worried. The binder breaks are already past like $200 worth of value. I'm worried about adding another $40 in there. Really what I ought to do is make it a 1 in 5 and then add a nice card into there. If it was a 1 in 5, I could do that. Wiglet going in. Good luck in there, Wiglet. sir. Yes, sir. Here's these guys. Ta-da! All right. It's 3:41. Here's an order from Mr. JC. He says, hey, it's been a while. 1 box of English Nikkei and 1 spot in the Redo Healer. Hey, what's up, man? So you sent me $1.26. Let's see, was that going to be store credit? Let me see if you have store credit then. 450 resets is still trying. Can you put that Umbreon with my Skarmory? I need to send for grading for both of them. Oh, you'd like it to go into the cool kids box. I could do that. So, Mr. JC, is he watching right now? Mr. made 1 more Halo. Sounds good. Hope things are going well over there, Mr. JC. Last time we were talking about some business ideas, and I was saying something like, #1 thing I do is get on DoorDash, which I think you guys have something like DoorDash. That would be the #1 thing. Let's see. I don't think so. I think you might have accidentally sent the wrong amount. Maybe you meant to send like 126. Okay, let me put this back in. I'm going to put this here. Oops. Oops. Wait a second. All right, so that's Brett Love. All right, so I'll hold on to that, Mr. JC, and hold on to that thought. Oh, here it is. Something went wrong with PayPal. Let's try again. 1 box of English Nikkei and a spot of the Redo Healer. Redo Healer is completed. Here goes JC, Mr. JC. All right, thank you very much, man. Oh, wow, you know, we haven't counted this in a while. I hope it's not miscounted. I didn't think of that until just this moment. This card is so freaking sexy. All right. What a drawing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, we have exactly 11. That's Redo Healer. I'm bouncing off the walls, man. I had some caffeine before we went live. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right. There were no issues found with Charmander lighting a cigarette. Mike said making a video. All right. I'm busy cleaning my shop right now. Nice, dude. Okay. So let's go ahead and grab some of these. All right. Whoa. We can't have names in there. What we were doing just now. All right. This is from the previous break. We're just reusing the cards, I guess. I just get kind of lazy, and I just toss the names back in there, don't I? All right, there we go. All right. You know, we only have 56 viewers, and we are busy as hell, dude. That's pretty remarkable. You guys are very kind to me. I think it's because everyone watching knows exactly what this is. This is a card shop. So the viewers are potent customers. Here goes. So we got this guy, and there is no star card this time. Here goes. And let's make one of the cards called Second Hit. We'll say second. Wait a second. We'll do it like this. Oh, no, it doesn't need to be like that, does it? We just say second. All right, so somebody will pull a second chance card out of here. How does that sound? All right. Jonathan Cham has been around since the very beginning of the channel. Did you guys know that, Mr. JC? We used to have a giveaway where it was like a bingo wheel. And the bingo wheel was how we hosted our breaks as well. It was really crazy back then. We had a bingo wheel for breaks. Pretty cool, right? Okay. All right. Okay. I've sent another payment. Give me a number to split the deck. This is for the Redo Healer break. JC and OG. Yep, he's been here a really long time. You know, I could split the deck real fast if I just had like a dice. I could just roll the dice. 3, 1, 2, 3. But I think it's better to leave it in the hands of the viewers. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ooh, Miss Alexandra has 2 in there. Miss Alexandra likes the sexy Gunnar card? Damn. You don't always expect the girls to be into the Gunnar card, you know. All right. All right, give me one more number. Surprised I'm not in it, to be honest. Surprised I'm not in it, to be honest. Ooh, yeah. It would be nice to have a shot at this card. It's very hard to pull this card out of Sneaker Bunko. See, in Sneaker Bunko 1, there's a bunch of really naughty cards. You could pull them really easy. They were just commons. This is basically a rare card. It's not a signature. 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's a box topper. But see, there's like 10 different box toppers. And so your odds of pulling it in a case were like maybe like 2 or something like that. So, you know, if there's like 24 boxes in a case and maybe there's like 12 different box toppers, you might get like 2 chances in the entire case to pull this Redo Healer. That makes it a rare card. All right, I did the split, right? Yeah, I did, right? Okay, good. I'm yapping. I'm not thinking about what I'm doing. So here's Brett Love. Sorry, Brett. Here's Alexander Noor. There it is, going to Miss Alexandra. Wow, okay. Wow, here's JC. Oh, bro, you were right next to it. Here's Jeff Leon. Jeff Leon's a big Weiss card collector. You might have liked that one. Here's Joseph Smith. He gets the second try, second chance. That's our new bounty. It's the second chance. Here's 6. Sorry, 6. Oops. Here's TRG. No luck this time, Mr. TRG. Jonas Gordon. Sorry, Mr. Jonas. Here's Alexandra. I believe she was one of the earliest people to buy 2 spots in here. Javier. And Mark J. Valerian. Oops. There it is. The waifu break is over. And we won't be doing a waifu break like that. We'll be trying something else that's experimental. Maybe like a vintage Mickey Mouse card now. What do you guys think? That sounds fun? Here it is. So, that's for Miss Alexandra. I imagine she is not going to keep the Psyduck. If you guys want to try and pull this Psyduck, I recommend using either the binder break or the jumbo pack break breaks, because those are 1 in 4. I recommend that for trying to snatch this Psyduck. All right. Now, flip this around. Wow, congratulations. Check my order if you want. I don't know. I don't know if I can do that, Mr. Jonas. Oh, all right, I'll do it. I need to pay down my double slab away. We are. Ah, that's a good point. Here's the second chance. That's a smart move, Mr. NHCC. A sure thing versus a chance for a thing on the cheap, you know. All right, so we got to update this channel over here. Breaks history. Oh my gosh, we didn't post either of the breaks. So first of all, Metal Charizard candy, and it went to who? Who did it go to? Oscar? Sometime before 180 minutes. And number 2, Waifu Redo Healer, Alexandra, 180 minutes. Okay, there we go. It's not really a perfect thing, but I've done it. USPS fuel surcharge update. What? Starting May 7th, USPS Ground Advantage and Priority Mail prepaid label rates will be updated to reflect USPS's new fuel surcharges. That sucks. Okay, we're going to hit refresh on this. No wonder they sell for so much. Gunnar card. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Never underestimate the desire of a human to look at a naked human. All right. Oh, last card in this baggie. So before we open this, I have to replace that. I have to get a new box out. Those are the rules. We must follow them. All right, I'm back. Oh. Okay. Look for rare sketch cards and top voice talent autographs. Halo Upper Deck. Halo 1 coming to PlayStation soon. I think that's pretty good for the Halo brand. Wonder what Xbox has in store for the next Halo game. Probably something terrible. All right. The new rare candy break is that Shining Rayquaza. My break luck ran out because I took a break. That's not true, 6. It was always a random thing. Have you tried a blood sacrifice? Here's the story so far. Oh. There we go. And here's Halo Wars 2 Anders. Wow, they changed the way she looks. She was like Asian in the first game. They made her like white. That's so weird. Maybe that's because the voice actor looks like a white lady or something. Okay. Go ahead and pull these over like this. It was promised to me. Ah, yes, these Pokemon cards were promised to me 300 days ago. There we go. All right, Mr. Jonas, thank you so much. Appreciate it, man. Good. Very nice. Oh, yes. Could be wrong, but didn't JC also include English Nikkei? JC. Oh, we didn't finish JC's order. He ordered a whole box of something. Wait a second. Let's go back. JC, 1 box of English Nikkei and a spot in the Redo Healer. All right, so we finished the Redo Healer, but he needs the English box of Nikkei. My bad, dude. All right, JC, it is your turn now. A whole box of first edition Nikkei. Oh, yes. Is that correct? Weiss English Nikkei. He sent 148. So let me double check this because I don't actually know. There's two different Nikkei sets. Let me just make sure that this makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense. Okay, perfect. All right, here goes. Did I miss here or did I get the Redo Healer? Maybe. You might have. There we go. What now? Win or loss? Sad or happy face? We are. You won, says NHCC. Boop. All right, there it is. Oh, very lovely. How lovely is this? There we go. There we go. Here we are. Very nice. Okay, now what do we got here? We've got this girl in pink. Oh, pink. And some of these. Oh. Here's a hollow. Here's a hollow. Here's, I chuckled. A hollow. Here's a hollow. Here's a hollow. Here's a hollow. And a hollow. And another hollow. Here's a hollow. This is also a hollow. Come on, Siggy. This is not a Siggy. No. All right, not a Siggy. Here's a holo. Here's a holo. Here's a Captain Mast. And ta-da! 3 girls called D Outsiders. What? All right, there we have it. No signature in this particular box, but you know what, Mr. JC? It's from a fresh case. No signatures have been pulled from that case. So I'm looking forward to whatever we find in there. Let's see. You got a baggie. Oh, let's put these together. Nikkei is one of the best-selling girl card sets on our channel ever. Just been selling tons of it. Tons of it. There it goes. With the Weiss Redo Healer break over, we get to choose a new break. What do you guys think of that? I'm thinking of a vintage Mickey Mouse card, maybe. Ow. I got a lot of vintage Mickey Mouse cards. This one. Service a la carte. So that's Mickey, Minnie, and Paluto. Oh, my eyes are itchy. It's also a PSA 2, which makes it a higher grade than the usual PSA 1. Normally, these cards are PSA 1. So let me just look this up a little bit. I got to decide on a price. Is there an expensive box break right now? Yes, sir. Yes, sir, there is. This guy right here. Oh, yes. Why don't we take a picture of this? All right. All right. So that's a 1 in 20. It's a big one. 1 in 20, that's a lot of money. Service. So this Mickey Mouse card, which is almost 100 years old, I'm thinking about doing, I don't know, it's PSA 2, right? It has been glued before, okay. So that's going to be part of my consideration. These are tricky to price because sometimes you think that it's all about the PSA grade, but with cards these old, it's actually not all about the PSA grade. It's almost like PSA doesn't know how to grade them, right? So I think step number 1, I want this to be a cheaper break. You can get into this break for just 20 bucks. So that's the first step. And the second step will be, I think the odds in this one will be 1 in 11. That places the value at $220 for Mickey Mouse Service a la carte. There it is. You could own a 1935 bubblegum Mickey Mouse card for $20. It's from 100 years ago. Pretty strange break. We've hosted these breaks before, and they're just a really special thing that you can't find anywhere else. All right. I believe we are done. It's 4 p.m., and I'd like to wrap up here, guys. Is there a vintage box break? Is there not a vintage box break? Let's get this giveaway going. Opticodes, making it in. Type in Mark. Number 2. Mr. Russ. Tyler Davis. Number 3. Here's Andy Dirksen. Andy Dirksen. Number 4. Cactuar Queen. Cactuar Queen. Number 5. Mike Side. There it is, Mike Side. And number 6. Jacob Chickering. I think what we're going to do, we're going to let this one ride. So we're going to have it finished tonight, okay? If you don't want to miss this giveaway, join us tonight for the nighttime stream, which will be in about 8 hours or something. Hit the subscribe button if you don't want to miss that stream. I'll see you there. Okay, guys? We had a pretty fun stream today. A lot of hooting, a lot of hollering, and lots of interesting conversation. I'll see you guys tonight in the late night stream. See you later.